I will stand here and tell you that bumper bowling is a million times more fun than regular bowling.
No.
If you're not on the PBA,
Stop.
Here's the thing. Gutters are good for competitive bowling if you're in a bowling league. If you're not in a bowling league, you have come to bowl for fun.
Mayo experience.
Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog, Week 4 NFL picks against the spread. A mini version of Cust Corner, Superlock, Survivor, free money. It's all in store here today. Geoff Fienberg, I notice you're wearing a shirt here. What is this shirt?
My new Chargers shirt. You see it? My girl. My new Chargers gear came in the mail.
Oh, you see, the most famous lady I associate with the Chargers is that lady from the Monday Night Football game that time. Remember her?
Oh, yeah. I met her in Canton.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see it. She's part of my photo reels, my photo reel that day on Twitter. Yeah, I met her. And yeah, listen, she's like the most forward-facing, I guess, Charger fan. It's kind of really annoying.
It could be you.
No, I'm past that point. Like, I've aged out of that.
Well, I mean, I was watching a thing over on Rob's channel, Forward Progress, and there was some like old guy with a Chargers hat on, and I thought it was like you aged up, like with one of those filters. But it was a completely different person, apparently.
Yeah, that's Brad Powers. He's actually an incredible college football handicapper. That's a great show. Hit the books over on Forward Progress. But yeah, it's my new Chargers shirt. You know,
Would you wear?
My wife looked at me weird, and I said, "Content, baby. It's for content." But yeah, Madison, where she's sort of just changed our game a bit. We've leveled up, and Bolts are playing good ball. And yeah, what can I say? Just a guy wearing his new Chargers t-shirt.
Would you wear this? Look at this golf. Look at this golf shirt.
Well, that's I mean, that's loud. It's not really it's I would wear it. But I'd rather dress myself. But shout out to Madison. I'm still not really sure what she does. I'm not sure if she's famous because she's good at music and DJing, or if she's was a hot Instagram girl who is being glad-handed for her DJing and music. But apparently all the younger kids know her at some family gatherings this week. Shana Tova to all. It seemed like the TikTok gen seemed to be very well aware. Everyone's giving Justin his credit for that. And to my understanding is there's a chance, to my understanding, she's Beer and Bomb, shortened to Beer. So she's one of the tribe. And I used to have late night interactions with a Beer and Bomb in a past life. So maybe they're that's a whole other thing. But yeah, let's go level up.
Can I ask a question?
Hold on 1 second. The coin is here, and so is our youth correspondent. To more on this topic is Tim Andergust.
That's not my name. I have a question. What makes a good DJ compared to a bad DJ? They're just kind of changing songs.
Well,
I guess you got to read the crowd and the vibe. And do they need like a super upbeat song or a less upbeat song? Like, what makes a good DJ? It's not like they're making the music, right?
Some do.
Okay, some do, but I would say the preponderance of DJs are just simply switching song between songs. What is it about what's the skill that the DJ is showing beyond just like switching music? I don't quite understand it.
I think it's reading the room. I think you are asking absolutely the wrong people this question.
Yeah, okay. You're asking the wrong person. I mean, I've been to a couple things, but it's really my friends who care argue, and I'm just there 1.5 times a year to
just stay up all night.
Yeah, just to be up all night, and I'm poisoning myself. The over under would be 1.5 times a year, and my friends argue about which one they want to go to. They all know I'm just gonna go. I don't know what they do though. You got feel sometimes when you're poisoning yourself, you can really feel the music, Tim. I don't know how to explain it, but it's true.
I mean, you're asking me. I was on a 40th birthday party boat cruise that was DJ'd by our friend, and the "Are You Jimmy Ray" song was played 4 times.
Oh my
I
goodness.
will. I'll tell you this though. Being
Good
driven
DJ.
to
But we have
school
another
by-
friend who's a big fan of DJs and can tell you what a good or bad DJ
Sure,
is.
then you
and
should-
I don't know what the
Well,
distinction
then
is.
why don't you ask him and not me,
Well,
who
'cause
clearly
you're
has
here.
no idea?
Yeah, you're here. It just occurred to me.
being driven in being driven to high school at like 8:30 in the morning by your friend's older brother as he's blasting the house music he likes is literally torture though. I don't know how people listen to it in like I get like working out or something, but like literally in their like everyday chore listening. I don't understand that one bit.
Again, I'm the wrong person to ask this. I went to the outlet shopping center before we came here and bought some new stuff. I bought this hoodie. Guess how much this hoodie was, Jeff?
Oh, it looks like a nice, fun little tracksuit. Or it's just, I don't know, an outlet mall. Now you're going to make me guess cheap, but I like it.
Well,
20 bucks?
It was $13.75.
Yeah, there's winners. You could always, yeah. There's always some nice pulls at the outlet.
Yeah, it was the Adidas outlet shop. But I walked in, I almost bought this like tracksuit. And it would have made me look like I was trying to be in Run DMC, or I would look like a Russian mobster from a movie.
I was going to say someone who coaches like the Russian national hockey team.
Or the guy that coached the Icelandic national hockey team
Yes.
in D2.
Will Stenton, the
That's
dentist.
right.
The
That's right.
dentist.
The dentist.
Let's
The
recap.
sli- with the
You
slick-
lost it
with
for
the slick
yourself.
back hair.
Oh, you lost it for me. You lost it for
For
yourself.
yourself. See, that's the movie where I learned that Greenland is actually the cold place and Iceland is actually far warmer and that it's bad advertising.
Well, that is correct that Iceland is warmer than Greenland. As someone who's been to Iceland, not super warm.
What do you think the producer pitch was like in the room? Was they were trying to figure out which country is going to be the arch rival of the Mighty Ducks for them to settle on Iceland?
I think it's because it's mysterious, especially in the early 90s. Like, how much did anyone really know about Iceland?
We don't still know a whole lot about Iceland.
Yeah, but there's like direct flights to Iceland all the time. Like, it's a thing to go and do.
In the 90s, people were just swimming there. I'm sure there were direct flights there.
I don't think that like tourism was booming.
Maybe
kind of
not.
like it is now.
But
Can
just,
I just clarify before we leave that this is like I will not be ever wearing this shirt in public unless you consider going to a game next month at SoFi with 70,000 people public.
which I
I'll
would.
never be wearing this shirt in actual public
You know-
unless you consider going out to an event with like 70K, a public event. That's up to you to determine.
Now, would you wear it to your 70K per plate Thanksgiving dinner?
Ah, good question.
Shut up. No.
Are you saying that you're not going this year because you're just some loser who lives in his mom's basement?
No, I'm going. I will be going. I remember where we were. No, nothing I know costs that much. No.
Tim showed me a feud you got into on Twitter yesterday.
You know, I'm pretty good at not getting into those anymore until I get into one.
You were very poorly behaved.
I think whatever. That's
Who is this guy? Where do these people find you?
honestly, I guess it's Rob's fault. They're in my life.
How does
but that's
Rob
not
know
my-
these people?
It's just as part of, again, like the best way I can explain doing that show with Rob where we talk about like funny things in sports gambling is it's really like being on the Guardians of the Galaxy and seeing like how many other insane planets there are out there and like meeting these more insane and different creatures. And you could throw me in that book, but like I'm just telling you, it is it is a true, like, it is crazy how deep the atmosphere of gambling like Goombas go. And sometimes they don't like things that get said, and then they throw an attack. And then, like, this is a guy who, like, just makes picks, deletes picks. Like, I just, like, get away from me, Muppet.
Oh, you can delete picks? Really wish I would have thought about that. I gave out like 5 for Monday Night Football. 0 for 5.
Just delete them.
It hadn't occurred to me.
5-0.
Yeah, if I just change them, go edit 5-0. Don't worry about it. See, this is what you need to do. No. You need to ingratiate yourself to this world. It'll make you seem less insane by comparison.
Yeah, no, there's like galaxies upon galaxies. And I will just say, like, for the most part, we come back, you know, our origin is a bit in the golf. Like, golf is the most, like, there's none of that. There's none of that. UFC, I think, might be the craziest people, though. And you might know that from, like, being associated with Cody and Paul and Dog and Pass. But I think the craziest people actually come from the UFC galaxies.
Well, it's a totally different crew of people who come in, because UFC fans, by and large, and I'm not going to cast like a big net here.
But you're about to.
I am. I noticed this when I was at a sports-specific school, and then I worked at the Fight Network along with fantasy at the same time. Not every UFC fan is only a UFC fan, but it seems like the vast majority are. Like, they don't care about football. They don't care about anything else. They only care about the UFC.
Really?
Versus other sports fans, which tend to like 3 or 4 sports kind of thing. Maybe I don't think that golf is this way. I'm sure there are people just like golf and that's all they like. But most people who would sit down to watch the PGA Tour on the weekend probably also watch college football in the NFL, would be my guess.
Yes, I would agree.
I would agree. I'd agree.
But UFC tends to be like, I like mixed martial. I like, maybe boxing would be a translate.
Other combat sports.
Yeah, but like that's it. It's not like the other sports.
Power sort of, slap is their Venn diagram.
Well, when we were at the Circa for the Masters, Power Slap was going on at the same time. And I went to the gym and there were like the Power Slap guys practicing power slapping in the hotel gym. This guy almost hit me like 3 times. Like, man, you got to cool it. This is not a big area. This isn't a real gymnasium here. There's like 2 treadmills and a bench.
You got to go first, I think.
Yeah, I think that would
huge advantage to go first.
Oh yeah, got to be, right? Like how put out are you if you don't go first? I mean, if the guy, at worst, you don't knock the guy out, but he's rattled.
Mm-hmm. Has to be.
Although you get the angered up the blood in Power Slap. If you get hit, you get the adrenaline going, you're all fired up. What if you had to fight? What if you had to power slap that guy from The Simpsons with the giant hand?
Well, you have to go first. So you just envelop you.
Let's talk about last week, how we did. None of us on the show were below 500. Yet, as a combo, we were 4 games above 500. 9-7, 9-7, 8-8, and 8-8.
It's remarkable. I made a heck of a comeback late because when we were doing the tally on Sunday afternoon late, it's like I got like 4 games right, and I got all these games wrong, but then they all went in my direction.
That happened to me at the end of except for, I mean, I was big on Houston last week and just, they let me down so poorly, but everything else broke my way. That was fantastic news. Even the Jets blocking that, like the Jets 6.5 was looking pretty precarious there for a second because the Jets got it back to 6 points. And then Baker they came out and did the hard count and ended up taking the delay of game penalty. Then it got kicked. It was like, just go for this and get the first down. End this game right now. Win by 6. This will be perfect. I did not envision that's how everything was going to go out. Did you like the dance from Aaron Glenn?
Yeah, I did actually. I don't care when people want to mock him because he lost. No one would be mocking him if he won. It was a moment of genuine excitement. He thought he was going to get his first win as a head coach. I can't blame him. I was excited myself.
Jeff, we all lost our Superlocks, so that's not good.
Bullshit.
1-2, 1-2, and 0-2 for the season. Tim, you lost your money line parlay, and all 5. You only lost 2 of them of the 5, but all 5 of them were in danger of losing.
Yep, it was not a good week for that.
And we sniffed out Green Bay. That was fun.
I didn't.
Well, yeah, you put them on the money line parlay.
And they were my Superlock. I didn't sniff them out. I was completely wrong.
Well, we'll see how we get to do it this week. Jeff, the final thing before we get into these games. What's it like rooting for a Chargers team that does the opposite of every other Chargers team you've ever watched?
You know, I have no idea, Pat. Like, to know me is to know I would have put their odds at winning at like 0%. They'd lost the momentum. Herbert was getting his ass kicked. Like, not that he was playing horribly, but he was like physically getting beat. 2 guys hurt on the O-line. A short week to begin with. And somehow they pull out that game. I don't know. Like, I was so happy with Harbaugh last year. I just thought some common sense would do a lot of good. That was almost like my conversion game. Like, oh my God, we might, if not this year, be capable of something that I'm genuinely just brings me so much inner joy.
I
Yeah.
remember back in June when we were playing golf together, Geoff brought up to me on 2 occasions how they have to start with 3 AFC West teams and how panicked he was. And like, you must feel on top of the world because like you got to start with 3 AFC West teams and you beat them all.
Up 2.5 games in the division.
Up 2.5 games in the division. Very good chance of being, 3 games up in the division after the 3. Good chance of it. Not saying it's going to happen, but like, my goodness, like things are getting over early in the AFC West a bit.
I'll just say this now. Like, I really have one, or I only need. Like, obviously, if you get there, you just want more. I'm hyper now focused on the division. Like, I'll stare at that standing every day, and it's only early September, so there's a lot of like clock to kill. But I'll see how far this pole position can take me. And God willing, when they get there, we got to win the first game.
Will you be in SoFi for their first home playoff game?
Probably not if it's the second round, because I'd probably be at the next 2 games.
It would probably be the first round, right? I mean, their first game would be in the first round. Unless you have the 1 seed, then
I
maybe that's what
wouldn't
you're
go to a
conceding.
He's already penciled them in as the 1 seed. So watch out.
I'm only now
I'm
dawning
not
on that.
like you. Like I won't even think about
And you might as well stay out there because that way you can go to Santa Clara.
Yeah, I got a cousin who lives out there, so that's always the I could always get a ticket. Trust me. If the Chargers are in the Super Bowl, as long as they're not playing like who would
Dallas?
the Packers? The Packers would be a problem. The Dallas,
Detroit.
Detroit would be a real problem.
Detroit. Listen.
Yeah, you kind of want them to play Philly because Philly fans might be burnt out on going to Super Bowls now.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, we're like Tampa. It'd be the cheapest ticket ever. The Chargers versus Tampa in Santa Clara. Like underface. Best seats. Anyhow, no, I'm not thinking about that. You brought that up, but I'm excited. I look at the division and they have to win a playoff game. Because, and I'll be honest, I think Justin Herbert's getting credit for things I felt like he always did. Literally, like I don't think he's playing much different other than being more mobile. Because last year he had the plantar fasciitis, and then the Steelers like twisted his ankle, dirty. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Obviously, I got a new T-shirt. That's how excited I was.
We're thinking about, you know what, let's just say we're going to do it. I'm going to bully you into doing the Jets watch along on Monday night.
Just don't think people want that.
I think that people do. Leave it in the comment.
There are no stakes.
Put it in. There's number 1 pick on the line.
It's week 4.
It's it's 0-3 Dolphins. And you when we did the schedule, you said you didn't care. If everything went to shit with the Jets, the only thing you cared about was them beating Miami.
Well, yeah, I do certainly want to beat Miami more than just about anything. I get that. But like, they're both 0-3. I just don't know that the people want that.
Geoff, would you tune in?
Yeah, absolutely. And 0-3 versus 0-3. This would be like volume off. You're my show.
See, that's it. It'd be like the Manning cast. You can have it on one TV and you can just listen to us.
Like, I'd be honest. No, like the game isn't good enough where it's almost like you need to be doing it. You should be doing it. It's
they are double dipping.
Perfect game to actually do because it doesn't matter at all, but it matters so much in the orbit that we live in.
And we have a lot of Dolphins friends who can be guests, as we've pointed out. Even the mysterious Tim said that he might do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
What are you afraid of?
I just don't know that people. Where are we going to do it? How are we going to do it?
We can do it here.
Right.
We can sit in this studio. We can put a TV right there and watch it.
Tim, can I just
makes it super easy on us.
This is a quality that I don't like about you. And I'll say it right now. And this is just buddies talking.
It doesn't hurt my feelings. Go ahead.
No, I'm not hurting your feelings.
No, I said you're not going to. Go ahead.
I think this is fair and balanced. You have never once, with all due respect, been right about what this audience wants. So how at this point have you not conceded to your friend, Pat, who knows exactly what this audience wants, to be like, I just will trust you on this?
Fine, we'll do it then.
Yes!
We'll do it.
We're in. We might try to do a red zone thing on Sunday, too.
Okay, like with us watching the game.
Yeah, like us watching the first hour of the game.
Sort of like we do with the Cut Sweat show for football.
Exactly.
Or golf, sorry.
Like we do it for an hour. We just put mics in there. People can. There's a site that's reached out to me that has the streaming rights to Red Zone. So we wouldn't even be on screen. It would just be our voices, and they would watch Red Zone as long as like we're watching the TVs along like at our place.
Yeah, sure.
It would be exactly what we do anyway, but we have microphones. So I think that people would be into that.
Okay, if the PME universe wants that, then
Then they got it. All right. You know what else we love?
try it.
Dublin games, but we're not there yet. Love a Dublin game.
It's not about Dublin. It's about these
Can
games
I-
that start at ridiculous hours.
Sorry, just killing more time because why should the show be shorter or longer?
Yeah, who'd want that? Who'd want us to actually get into the games?
Tim, I don't know.
There's
well,
time. There's time codes.
I'd ask you this at any point. Obviously, me and Pat did a show that I thought was pretty fun and good. But what is your projections for the Ryder Cup this week?
I think the Europeans are going to win relatively handily.
Ooh, Jeff.
Like
Jeff.
Sunday, it won't be wrapped up on Saturday, but like the U.S. are going to need to win like 9.5 points on Sunday to win. sort of
Why?
thing. Because I think they're a significantly better team, and I don't think the U.S. have any cohesion, and I think the U.S. are not going to play the right people together.
Do you want to be a part of the Johnny Walker Golf Club, Jeff?
That hat looks awesome.
Yeah. We're
Like you
doing
showed me a shirt 5 minutes ago. It wasn't really up my alley. That hat speaks to me. That's a
So you
pretty
like
cool
the hat? You don't like the Chargers golf shirt, which are very nicely our sponsor Chubby's sent to us. They're going to send us a New York Jets one too. They forgot, but then Johnny Walker's also sponsoring the show, so they sent me a bunch of Johnny Walker stuff. Not booze though,
Didn't send
unfortunately.
any Johnny Walker Blue?
No. There's tariffs on that stuff now.
Okay.
I mean, I would say this: no outcome would probably surprise me other than a road blowout, but I would be honored to watch it.
Is it a road dome game?
I just think we're going to see a sweep on Friday
Wow.
or Thursday.
What?
Yeah, I don't think the U.S. have the horses to beat them.
You think that Bryson's the best player in the world?
I think
Like,
if you put
aren't
Bryson,
most of these things really like coin flips? Like,
I
what
would
do
be
you
putting.
mean?
I don't think they will put their best lineups together. I think they'll put friends together, and that won't work. Like Bryson needs to play with Scheffler. If they don't play
No.
together, you don't know how to organize a team.
No.
Can you imagine you put Rahm and Rory up against Scheffler and Bryson?
But the Euros don't do Rahm and Rory.
Maybe they
No,
will.
Rahm is playing with Hatton,
Hatton.
because they
They're
know
teammates.
golf. They
And that
know
makes
golf.
sense.
Tim, Rahm and Hatton are experts at golf, but louder. So I actually think
That's true.
I actually expect Bryson to hit the first tee shot on Friday, and I think they should send Hatton and Rahm against them because they know golf,
Sure,
but louder.
but put Scheffler with them.
Scheffler's
That
playing with
would be
Henley.
crazy.
I
that's-
would not play Scheffler.
They're
with Henley.
undefeated as a team.
Okay, well, did they win that Ryder Cup?
Well, Henley wasn't on the last Ryder Cup team. Like they make sense as a team.
All right. Well, I don't think the U.S. have the horses. I don't think they're going to be well coached. I
Do you
don't think they're going
like that. I mean, that would be so. Can you imagine if they did play them together? That would be insane.
If I were NBC, I would be begging.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Him to do it.
It's not like they only show one group on TV.
Just saying.
At least that way you can split up.
Ratings would be through
Well,
the roof.
put it this way. Last time Brooks was one of the better players on the U.S. team.
He doesn't have the cash.
But they put
He's
him.
not the
they
biggest-
They put him with Scheffler, and they lost 9-7.
Yeah, they made Scheffler cry.
Yeah. Bryson and Cam Young, I think, is going to be the team.
Well, that sounds like a boring.
That's a
matchup.
team. That's a team that I can't not cheer for, even with Euro money. Tim, who are you? Who's going to be the best player?
The best player?
Yeah, like
I'll say Rahm.
Oh, okay, good. You can go to coolbet.com right now. I have a PME boost. Matt Fitzpatrick, top Euro score, 15.75 to 1, which I believe is the best number in the world right now, Jeff.
so. He's playing with Rory, right? That's obviously the rumor, and that's the steam of that.
No, I mean, you did a show with me where I made my entire Matt Fitzpatrick case.
I know, but he's 1-7, and like he's
That's fine.
No, I know. I agree with you. I like your case. I've played some props. I didn't go to that nuts, deep level that you did for to run the event, but there must be there. I've seen some rumors that it's going to be him and Rory as a pairing, so that's probably why there's some extra less meat on that bone now.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's almost 16 to 1 to be top Euro. He's like 11 to 1 everywhere. That's where he's been all week, like 11 to 1.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's playing probably the most consistent of any of the Euro golfers. It'd be crazy to leave him out for like Lowry and Straka, who've been playing like dog shit. Anyway, that's the golf corner. Let's get into football. Thursday night football. The Seattle Seahawks are 1-point favorites on the road against Arizona. 43.5 is the total right now. I did see that the most efficient, highest rated quarterback in football right now, Sam Darnold.
Not shocked to hear that.
He doesn't feel like he's done anything though.
Well, I mean, he was, quarterbacking the team that absolutely crushed New Orleans and played, they were handily played Pittsburgh and San Francisco. Yes, they were very unlucky with that fumble to lose. Seattle's a very, very good team. they're every bit the competitor for that division. I really think that. I'm going to take them here too.
Yeah, I can't quite figure out what's going on with Arizona. They did cover for you last week.
Yeah, they Fienberged it.
That was I mean, with the world on San Francisco, that 1.5 became a real that hook became a real thing.
They were the better team on the field, but they didn't win. But they covered. So
I say, Pat, this is a big game for you. You know, I know you actually bet it. We spoke about it, the Arizona to win the division futures, because if, another just crushing San Francisco injury blow, just feels like this game might even be bigger than just a random Thursday in September. I got no actual opinion. I'll take the home team. Give me the Cardinals.
You gonna take the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Why do you think the spread's so low? I feel like the consensus is that Seattle's just a lot better than Arizona.
Short week, Arizona. They hung tough versus San Fran.
Arizona's played well enough, won or played close in all 3 games. It's a divisional game. They're at home.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm actually surprised Seattle's favored. I actually kind of thought, and I think I said on the show Arizona did open up as a 1.5 point favorite. And I'm kind of surprised that they're not still favored. But
I'm not shocked one bit that like the people who make the markets see this as a true coin flip.
Yeah, I guess with it being in Arizona, I suppose that does make some sense. I am going to take... I'll tell you, Geoff, I have no real opinion. This game will not be getting my money outside of like some props or anything like that. If you do want to get in some props or even try to find the best value in the game, I got a special deal for everyone right now, 50% off plus a free trial week. If you don't like it, you just cancel that shit right away. 4for4.com right now and enter the code Mayo50. You'll get 50% off the Sharp Stack app, and that includes every sort of premium product at 4for4. So that's the betting Discord, DFS tools, fantasy tools, everything like that. So am I good? My mic is back?
Yes, you're good.
I wonder what's going on. Something wrong with this microphone.
I think it's if you get too jazzed.
If I get too jazzed?
I think so. And I think it like shorts it for a
the
second.
governor kicks in.
I guess so.
Like
It's
on your old Saturn.
but it's
like on
something
your
to do
old
with
Saturn?
I had to, my old Saturn. Yeah, you could only
The
go.
governor kicked in at 160. It's as fast as he could go.
And our poor friend Binder in the back did not enjoy that.
In tears.
4for4.com/Mayo50 will get you a free week. Try it out for the week. You like it, you get 50% off the monthly deal if that's the route that you want to go, and you get all the DFS tools, all the projections, everything like that. Let's go to Dublin. Do you think they should get the people that do the open radio? Did you call the game? They could be like halfway through the game, and here comes Carson Wentz down. And now let's go to some of the people that are watching around the world. Here's Geoff in Southern Ontario saying, "I'm just streaming it on my phone, getting ready for the game." It's lovely to see all these people out here around the world watching us right now in Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah, they won't be busy trying to watch the Ryder Cup.
The Ryder Cup won't be on yet. Weirdly enough, the Sunday Ryder Cup time is at noon Eastern. So this game will just be ending as the Ryder Cup starts on Sunday. I thought it was a really odd time for the Ryder Cup to start an hour before the main slate of football.
That is weird. They don't care.
I guess they don't care. I thought they would.
If you're going to play on Sunday at all, you don't care. I've long said the Ryder Cup should be Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I agree, but I guess they need people to be there on the weekends. It's easier for a spectacle event where 100,000 people are going to be on the grounds. It's easier to do that on Saturday and Sunday, like both weekends.
Are you saying no one went to Royal Montreal on Thursday?
I will tell you, as someone who was there, no one went to Royal Montreal on Thursday.
Nobody was there.
But even Friday, there was
there was a distinctive amount of people there on Friday.
But there were way more people there on Saturday.
Yes, because they just went 5-0. People got fired up.
Yeah, that was the end of that. Minnesota, I guess, is technically on the road against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 2.5 point dog. 41 is the total. I don't think it's a secret how bad Pittsburgh is, but they're not good.
No, they're not good.
They could have lost to the Patriots by 30 points, and they beat them somehow.
They should have and could have lost to the Jets, but they beat them.
I don't know.
Are they just this team this year that they're going to play crappy, yet somehow generate 4 turnovers a game?
I'm not laying points with Carson Wentz in another country. I think you're silly to do that.
It's a redhead in Ireland.
Don't care. Don't care. I
easy...
love Pittsburgh here. And despite Geoff claiming I was never going to take the Steelers all year, here I am taking the Steelers. They're on the short list for Superlocks. I don't think there's a path here to support Minnesota laying points with Carr. They got everything went perfectly for them last week at home. They did what Geoff always talks about with a backup QB in the first game. Well, that game's over now. That's done with. Now people have settled in. This is Carson Wentz. It's possible that Carson Wentz is the best quarterback on the roster. I wouldn't be shocked by that, but that's more of an indictment of who else is on the roster. I think Pittsburgh is going to win this game relatively comfortably. I like the Steelers here a lot.
Interesting. Wait, on the Sunday night show, which was a must-see TV, Geoff, Emerson just came with pure fire. People loved him. They wanted him to be a reoccurring guest on Sunday Night Football. But what do you think that Tim guessed the line in this game? I've never seen him be off on a line so much on the show.
I don't remember. I just remember seeing Emerson stare you down as you eat your glizzy.
That was such a good hot dog. Oh my goodness, that was.
It seemed like you were made uncomfortable eating your glizzy.
I was so focused on eating it, Geoff, that there was no distraction that was going to bother me.
Fair enough. Geez. What was it? Pittsburgh -3, 4?
I had 5.5.
5.5 for Pittsburgh.
And on neutral side, I just thought there's no way you could pick Minnesota.
So you got to tell, like, this is funny. Like Tim, yeah.
I couldn't have been wronger, but so I really like Pittsburgh in the game.
Well, yeah, you got to super lock it. This is
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I know.
I just said there was going to be.
I assume there's not another game this week that you would cap like an 8-point difference from.
No, not
Vegas
that much.
did. So I really am so mad at myself because I said on the show last week, I said it, the easiest cap of the week was the Vikings. We had two teams going to the backup. One of them, the defense is dog dick. One of them, the head coach is dog dick. One of them, the defense was really good. One of them, the head coach was really good. And exactly what happened, and it should have been my super lock. I'm mad about that. This I feel is another easy cap. I'm not betting against the Ginger in Ireland. Like, there's just no way. And I'll be watching this phone, as Pat said, on open radio out with the kids on Saturday morning before I give myself to the TVs all day for the golf and the football. Yeah, I just think the Vikings are the better team, and they will be more ready for a really weird international game because they're the better team. And a team turns the ball over 6 times, and you need a late fourth quarter touchdown to win. Like I don't care. Prove me wrong until you get a cent, Pittsburgh.
The offensive line for the Steelers has not been good. They got Rodgers like trying to move around, and you can't really move around. Well, got to book that tea time.
It's like a weekly occurrence now.
It is. Well, it's Tuesday night. Right at this time is when I actually have to book it. I thought the offensive line coming back for Minnesota made a huge play as well. And you can run all over Pittsburgh, which is essentially all Minnesota wants to try to do. Just hand the ball to Jordan Mason, be on your way. It's only 2.5 points. It's not the full 3. I'll take Minnesota as well.
We're putting Pittsburgh on the money line parlay this week.
Oh, okay. So you're not taking huge favorites this week. You're taking some dogs.
Just one.
Come on, dogs.
This one.
Just one?
Just this is the only dog on the money line.
I mean, you should be playing Pittsburgh alt lines.
Okay. I'm not going to watch a second of this game.
You're not going to watch it? I can't believe you don't like the. You're up early anyway.
I'm doing things on Sunday morning.
To church.
I'm not watching this
Stream
game.
it at church. Like no one's streaming shit at church.
Maybe they are. I don't do that. But anyway, I won't see much of this game. I don't see these London games. I might catch the tail end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I forgot you're anti.
We're going to get into it in the corner. I have some opinions on times. But yeah, no,
it's just a construct, and you just don't buy into them at all.
Time actually is a construct, but that's neither here nor there. It's not natural; it doesn't grow on trees. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't like these early games. I can't stand these early games. They're the worst. We have too much football as it is. It just robs from the 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock slate. We'd be better off if you wanted to have a gimmicky one of these once in a year. Fine, but we don't need one in every single European metropolis.
You're really mad about this Madrid game, aren't you?
Well, imagine sending Miami to Madrid. And nowhere cool. Like I said, we didn't go to Ibiza or anywhere cool like that. They're going to Madrid.
Yes, he brought this up to me that he wants that Ibiza to host an NFL game, Geoff.
That would be a cool spot to go see an NFL game.
Do they have a facility?
I'm sure they must for soccer, which could easily be converted to football.
Right. I mean, I kind of agree. No offense, go Team Europe, winning golf. You've not earned this many American football Americano games.
No, I don't get it.
They're trying to expand. And
why?
What do you need? So many games going on at 1 p.m. that we can't put them all on the TVs.
I don't like. Again, it's the fans lose a home game And it's okay if it happens once a year, but like this is going to become like a staple part of the season, and that's dumb, and I don't like it. Anyway, my frustrations are expressed, and I don't care for it.
All right. Minnesota for me and you, and for me, Geoff, and the coin, Pittsburgh for you. You're on Pittsburgh Island. Geoff, we bumped this up just for you because the Chargers play so few games at 1 Eastern time. Chargers at Giants Jackson. Got a fucking dart in your neck, man. Starting a quarterback.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with the QB switch because I know what Russ is, and I know what Jesse Minter would do to Russ. Because as I often speak about, when you're in certain tiers, Jesse Minter is going to get you. And the unknown with the rookie is I don't really know what tier he's in. There's a potential for him to be awesome. And that kind of scares me. The game's early. I'll be watching it with some golf. I'm 3-0, and I hope it's stress-free. But the Giants are shit. So the Chargers are probably going to punk them. And if you're worried about 1 o'clock, look what the Bolts did last year at 1 o'clock. They had a lot of them, and then they were like 3-1. So that's not a concern for me at all. Chargers will be ready, and they're going to beat the shit out of the Giants.
I'm with Geoff. I like the Chargers here too. I can't believe it's this.
They're on the money line. I love them. Have you ever had a perfect September before, Geoff? Can you remember one?
Schottenheimer year, 14-2.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's been so long. I saw we haven't won a division in like 15 years.
Has it been since Marlon McCree?
I don't remember what the
last time you won the division was when we beat you. When Sean Green ran wild.
Yeah, it sounds right. That was
the last time you won the division, because then Denver and the Chiefs have pretty much run the show ever since.
Yep, that was heartbreaking.
Anyway, you're going to go 4-0. Your team, top to bottom, is the best team in the AFC right now through 3 weeks. Through 3 weeks,
Yeah,
I would pick them.
Like
pick them to beat any team right now.
But you don't give the Bills the proper respect, which gives you the permission structure to say something as egregious.
The Bills have
like
played
that.
one really good game, and they have played 2 very close games that they could have lost either of, and one of them was to the Dolphins. So, like, okay, I mean, the Bills are 3-0. The Bills have played good football, but the Chargers have looked better on offense and defense and special teams through 3 weeks. I would pick them in the AFC right now against anybody, but that doesn't mean I would in January. But right now, I do. They're a complete team from coach down.
I don't see the Chargers winning streak ending here. Even though I've been pretty pessimistic through it all and been playing pretty coy through most of what's happened. But as Tim alluded to off the top, if you spent a day with me on the golf course, you heard the Chargers started their season with 3 straight division games at any point in the summer. Like you heard about it, and you knew like it was make or break out of the gate. And maybe that's why they had such an intense focus. Maybe I'm just being corny right now, but I would argue if there was any chance of complacency, I think the quarterback change, despite like, rookie first game, I think that sort of like relocks them in. Like, no way is Jim Harbaugh and Jesse Minter going to let some rookie, Jackson Dart might have a play or two that's like incredible, but I guarantee you Jesse Minter will find his floor more than one time in the football game. And hopefully those will be back-breaking plays.
The only thing, like, trying to figure out how this ends up working
for the Giants.
Yeah, for the Giants is Dart can elude the pass rush. And the pass rush, I mean, Sans Mack, maybe not as good for the Chargers. Like, Russell Wilson, despite the rushing yards, was an absolute stiff back there. That if he can buy some time, then Neighbors is just behind the defense and he gets you.
And listen, if you've watched, even going to Mahomes in that first game, he missed a bomb or two. Geno, actually, don't even think they gave him a chance. Last week, Bo Nix, he missed probably 2 or 3 of them. But I'll say this, oh my God, a really shitty quarterback didn't make a big throw. Like, who saw that coming? Like, I get it. The guys are open. They got past the defender. But I also think my defensive coordinator is like part of it, and not all of them, because there are breakdowns. But sometimes it's like, no, we're going to actually dare you to have to see it and make it. And we don't think you actually can. That being said, Russell Wilson might have teardropped one or two of them in. Jackson Dart hopefully is running for his life. So we will see. We will see.
Bolt
see.
up.
Would you have brought Jackson Dart in now?
Yes.
No, I'd have waited for New Orleans next week. I was hoping they would. When I saw that discourse, I was like, they're not going to feed him to me.
You have to after that performance on Sunday night. You finished that game, a game that honestly the Chiefs were trying to give away, and you just couldn't take it. And you look at that and go, okay, Russ cost us the game with a terrible pick against the Cowboys.
But
and then
he
could do nothing offensively against the Chiefs when the Chiefs were trying to give it away. You know, everybody on that Giant staff is probably going to lose their job at the end of the year unless things turn around. And Russell Wilson isn't turning anything around. So, yeah, they made the right call.
I was initially on the save him for the Saints, give him something easy to come into. I think it actually makes more sense to play him this week, get him real-time game reps so he doesn't look terrible against the Saints.
Oh, because the conversation, yes, to almost give him an opportunity to look really good against the Saints instead of it being like the fish out of water against the Saints. That's a logic.
Yeah, because you come in and you look bad against the Saints in your first start. People are like, this guy fucking sucks. He comes in and sucks against the Chargers. People are like, wow, it was the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. No one holds you accountable for that.
And he's going to look bad here probably in 3 of the 4 next games because it's Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles, 49ers.
The tough stretch.
It's not a great, and that'll be potentially full-ish strength 49ers. No Bosa.
That doesn't exist.
You just think they're
a new suite of players will just not be playing at that point.
So Chargers for everyone besides the Giants. I'd be wary of this one. Like this would not be a survivor pick for me.
No,
it's not.
I have a much more dangerous and stupid survivor pick.
I know sometimes you like to joke, Pat, like I'm a trends guy. I'm really not a trends guy. I can't remember the last time
Rob
proceeds to say a trend.
Yeah. No, well, like I know you try to like anyhow. Back to the 1 o'clock thing, and I guess this probably includes the San Francisco days. Jim Harbaugh ATS in 1 p.m. games is 10-1 ATS, coaching a West Coast team playing at 1 o'clock in the NFL.
Now hold on. When he coached the 49ers, those are teams that were like Super Bowl caliber teams, so they should be good.
Yes, but I'm just saying, we've seen a lot of good teams be put in those spots, and like it works. For whatever reason, Jim Harbaugh, in all his weird ways, he has a way to he has a schedule, which I don't know. He seems to operate. I saw it firsthand last year. The Chargers were outstanding in the early starts in a lot of coin flip games, and this one ain't a coin flip.
I really feel like the West Coast to East Coast for the 1 o'clock game has become much less of a thing since even we started doing the show 10 years ago.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see the numbers.
Listening to like 1997 NFL radio.
Also, the teams out west have been pretty good for the last 4 or 5 years. Seattle, San Francisco, the Rams, the Chargers, the Cardinals have all made either the championship game or the Super Bowl and have been good teams. Like exclusively, they've been really good. The only team that hasn't been has been the Raiders.
So
you have a lot of good West teams.
Like the day in the life of like NFL team traveling YouTube videos, like the airplane that these guys are on, like they are.
I can assure you, I've never even heard of these videos.
No, what do you like the service that these guys get? These are not normal seats either. Like they flying these days. Oh my God, you watch a movie, you wake up, it's over for these guys. Come on.
I don't find flying all that bad anyway.
I don't like it, but that's because I don't like traveling. I'd be a very bad NFL player.
But are you afraid of the flying? That's why you'd be bad NFL.
It's our reason.
Tim sits on an airplane thinking, I'm leaving home for 4 days. I'm leaving home for 4 days. I'm leaving home for 4 days with dread. That's why you don't enjoy it. Like you can't enjoy anything.
Well, you also told us that you've never slept on a plane before, just like you never sleep in cars. And all you do is exclusively sleep in cars and fall asleep 3 times on a plane.
I guess I don't remember that.
You have narcoleptic amnesia?
No, just I didn't remember falling asleep on planes.
So weird. Fell asleep like the moment we got on. Both times, too. We went to Montreal and Toronto together. You fell asleep on each leg of the flight.
I don't remember that.
Washington and Atlanta. I'm kicking myself for missing out on the early number here. I really like Atlanta in this game. It's now down to 1.5 points. They're underdogs at home. 45.5 is the total. This is basically telling us that Marcus Mariota is playing this game and not Jaden Daniels, which Mariota looked fine. I'm going to give Atlanta. Your Atlanta Falcons, Tim. Geoff, do you remember Tim saying on the show last week, quote, "I trust the Falcons," end quote?
Oh, that's crazy.
My trust in the Falcons is Jeff's fault, though, to be fair.
Maybe.
I like them as underdogs.
I like them too. I can't back off them yet. So,
Do you still trust them?
well, no, not really.
Yeah.
Not after that performance, not after getting blanked by the Panthers. But we're going to go back to the well here. We're going to take him at least one more time against the spread. It's a short number. Mariota's not that good. And
Is he better than Penix?
he was last week. I don't think he is actually overall. But
Do we really have that?
I expect Atlanta will have figured some stuff out from whatever weird stuff happened last week and score a bunch of points. And this should be a good game.
So that game was off the TV like quick. I didn't see any of it. I'm sure certain Penix showed his floor multiple times. In defensive Penix, and I know like this is an argument thing, I said this about like Zach Wilson or Sam Darnold. I did see some like over his first few starts, I've seen some really nice ceiling plays, which I'm not like concerned yet, if that was the question.
Go to Josh Norris. Shout out Underdog. Code Mayo at Underdog right now. They're the presenting sponsor of this show. Josh Norris works for Underdog. He put together a supercut of all of Penix's passes. He's throwing in clean pockets, nowhere near his receivers.
Oy vey.
It's not like he's being pushed off the spot and he's
Tua
throwing.
syndrome.
What's that?
It's Tua syndrome.
But at least his art. I mean,
At least Tua was accurate.
yeah. From him.
Yeah, because he just throws checkdowns.
In his second year from a clean pocket, Tua would hit a guy in motion. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that other than I know, they're my Falcons and maybe I am responsible for them becoming Tim's Falcons and I will wear that. But just like I'm going to take the Cam Stewart logic here.
Birds.
Yes,
Well,
you just bet on it's NFL 101, like a team that gets so disgustingly embarrassed, even though you don't trust them, you trust them for like one more week in the the bounce back off of what was, I think, as you guys mentioned on the show on Sunday night, the worst showing of through 3 weeks on the entire NFL calendar.
it's like with a gap afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that includes the Saints
Dolphins, week
playing.
one.
Like the Saints thinking they were in a different game that they were in Seattle where they
Yeah.
lost by 40 points.
Yeah, or like the Texans no showing in week 1, week 2, week 3.
Well, they just can't score. Their defense shows.
I know. I can't wait to take them this week.
I know. They're 7-point favorites.
So yeah, I'm taking
That's your
I'm taking-
survivor pick? Oh, no, Tim.
7-point favorites at home.
You know who's going to love the Titans this week?
No, you have to persuade. You guys
Okay,
actually have to.
See, no. I don't want to hear you say this shit at all because we did this thing with him last year where he was no longer allowed to take Carolina. Then every week he would come into me, Cam sounds really sad. You should just let him take Carolina. And now you want me to ban him from taking the Titans.
That was not what I was going to say. I was going to say you folks.
Did you do that, though?
Oh, yeah, I definitely did that. What you and Rob have the power of persuasion with Cam, where if you tell him, I really don't like that pick, Cam, or if he says, who do you guys like? And you say, I really like the Texans or I really don't like the Titans. That's enough to steer that ship and the 14 other picks he has in a different direction. That's all I'm asking. Just steer him away from the Titans for 1 week.
We gave him adequate data last week about how the Titans are terrible.
I'm just telling you, he needs a little help in that regard.
The Titans, we're not even talking about them. I'll save it for the Titans.
No.
You don't need to say if they made a trade today with the Jets.
Well,
No, I don't want to. I don't
Little
need to
Quincy?
double dive. Nothing to say about their actual games. So I'll just save my take for that.
The Jets put Little Quincy on injured reserve.
Yeah, he's injured. I like Atlanta here.
And we all do, coin included. Are we just vastly, because you and I kind of came into the season with Washington that we just thought that they were not going to be not necessarily as good, but as successful as they were a year ago. They've been okay
2-1 with 1 loss.
with the backup quarterback in.
Yeah.
They can run the ball. That's not a problem.
They've been okay. They haven't. They've been tested once and they didn't answer the bell. So when they play again, when they play the Eagles, when they play some of the other marquee teams in the NFC. We'll see if they can answer it and whatever their AFC crossovers are. Like they play the Bills, I think, at some
They
point.
play
this
the
year.
West.
The West. Okay, so like they'll have to face off.
Next week, buddy. Me, them, me, Kenny.
There you
Kim.
go. There's a gut check.
Royale.
There's a gut check game.
I don't feel like Washington's on the Chargers' level. Like Atlanta seems very much of Washington's level. Like they could play a good game, they could play a bad game. Although we just haven't seen even the game against Green Bay. Like they didn't play terrible.
No.
Just Green Bay is better.
And
they were.
You know, if you notice with Washington, Eckler has so much free time. Maybe he can do a podcast from the sidelines.
You know, I was trying to get him on the show, Geoff. I don't think he's going to come on anymore.
He would. I promise you. There's no way he would. He won't turn down anything.
You used to love Austin Eckler.
I appreciated him. I still do. He put it out there for us. Undrafted free agent. I remember that little, like, it was like number one. It was a preseason game. He took one back. It was like, who the fuck is this guy? Makes the team, became our next level of, it was always crucial for the Phillip Rivers offense to have the blood dump, from Sproles to Woodhead. We needed the check down little lifesaver. And he provided that, and he was really good at it, and he did it for a great price, being undrafted free agent for so long. So nothing but love.
New Orleans at Buffalo represents the largest line of the season. It was 15.5 when we did the Sunday night show. It is currently 16.5 with a 48 total. Chances this gets through 17.
High.
If it gets through 17, where's it going then?
It can go all the way up to like 18.5, 19. What's the difference? I will take New Orleans here.
Listen.
But I would wait because I think you're going to get a better number on the Saints. I don't know. Just seems like the sort of game that Buffalo will win, but if they're up by enough, they'll cruise. And
I mean, they did that against the Jets and covered this number.
yeah, but they also fair enough. It wasn't this big of a number.
Yeah, but they still covered this number.
Yeah, just barely. They did. I don't know. I just see this game as like a 27-14 type of game.
27-14.
Something like that. So I like the Saints to cover.
I can't see myself going to the window to bet Buffalo minus 16.5, Geoff, but I also can't think about the inverse either. I wouldn't be like, take my hard-earned money on the New Orleans Saints in Buffalo.
Well, once upon a time back in high school, we were a pretty decent high school baseball team, but that was only in our other games. Essentially, there are a lot of Jews on the team, and we did well in like the Jew circuit. But when we had to play like the inner city kids, it did not go well. And by like the third inning, the coach would be like, "Guys, just pretend it's 0-0. We'll just play it like it's 0-0. Just like simple." Just play smart, just whatever, little things, to improve for the next time. And that's essentially what it's like for Kellen Moore and the Saints.
Yeah, it's like a live scrimmage.
That's how they operate, though. Like, we really got to get this 2-minute drill down so we can settle for
it's always
70-yard field goal.
Yeah, no, they'll be down 3 scores, at a certain point. It just becomes 0-0. And they take the 3 points. They're just running. They're not doing anything with any level of urgency. And you get it because you just want the quarterback to get normal reps and I guess develop. And it's almost in some ways, you don't even blame him for the last game. Like, I don't even know how maybe that's unfair. You're so bad for
like blame the coach or blame the quarterback?
The quarterback. And he wasn't on the field before the game was 21-0.
Yeah. I don't know. You have to be really impressed by Buffalo so far to take them with this kind of a spread. And I just haven't been that impressed with them.
I am going to take Buffalo in the spread for the purposes of this show, only because the only time that we've seen Buffalo play a team of this level, like they played Miami on a short week. And short week. Now they've had extra time to prepare for the Saints.
So the Saints, they were off last week too.
But Miami,
they've been off for 2 years.
Buffalo essentially, because they walked through an inferior opponent last game, they probably won't do it back-to-back games, and with the extra rest. And this thing could get stupid fast.
I felt a little bad for the Saints, just like with JSN was unstoppable on the first drive of the game, and then it's just instantly kick return touchdown or punt return touchdown. I was like, oh boy, here we go. It feels like the Bills are just going to march down the field, just be up 14-0, and the game will be over.
I hope they make that defensive coordinator the scapegoat, deserved or not.
Do you think he deserves it?
Probably not, but I'll tell you, it's not going to be fun or pretty.
You taking Buffalo here?
I will not be betting this because I just don't play with spreads like this. It feels like a college game. So, yeah, I guess. But for the office pool, Buffalo, yeah.
Cleveland is at Detroit coming off a triumphant Monday Night Football victory. Looking good. Not how I thought that game would go. As someone who bet on the Ravens in that game, did not expect them to just bulldoze them. Line of scrimmage, why? Both lines of scrimmages.
Learned a couple of things. First, I'm very glad I said on the week 1 live show, Detroit deserves the benefit of the doubt from a poor game. They're still super talented. Pardon me. Things went weird for them on the road in a tough game. They've shown up the last 2 weeks and have absolutely looked every bit the team they were last year. And last night looked even better. Cleveland's going to be a very popular side this week. Coming off beating Green Bay,
I thought
everybody going on about their defense.
I thought you would be right.
Cannot handle the Detroit offense.
I don't know about
Detroit is
that.
going to whip them.
So
give me the Lions. Put them on the parlay. This spread is too short. It should be double digits. They are not in the same class. This is not the 8-0 Cleveland. In years past, I think Cleveland and Detroit have played ridiculously stupid games. Maybe it's Buffalo and Detroit. Maybe I've got the wrong. Anyway,
I think it was Buffalo and Cleveland.
Buffalo and Cleveland. Okay, so fair enough. I just don't think Cleveland's, who played as well as they can play last week. That's like Cleveland's ceiling game.
I don't think so. This is what they've done defensively.
They are playing the best offense in the NFL this week. Pretty comfortably so. The best offense in the NFL. I don't think they can stop them. I don't think they have the capacity to stop them.
In fairness, I think the Ravens are the best offense in the NFL. They've scored 41, 41, and 30 through 3 weeks.
Detroit had one off game and then scored 50 and then 38.
One of the things that I think that we learned about the Ravens in that game is that maybe their defense stinks.
It does.
So what we've seen now, I don't think it's going to continue to be that way. They'll end up getting healthier. Maybe that's just what the Ravens are this year. They're Derrick Henry fumbles and bad defense.
I didn't learn anything about Baltimore yesterday.
Well, their defense might not be very good.
I already kind of thought it had problems.
Okay, well, if that's
the only thing I learned was how elite Detroit is.
If that's the case, then we've seen the Lions post points on a bad Baltimore defense and on a really bad Bears defense. And when they played a real defense, they couldn't do anything.
They struggled in the very first game.
And this is a good test for them because this is a real defense they're playing.
I think it is a good test, and I expect them to pass that test.
I mean, for my Super Bowl pick, I hope you're right.
And my Super Bowl pick, too.
Well, I have them losing, but
I do too. We both do.
To the Jets?
No, to the Bengals, remember?
Oh,
All Cats.
All Cats Super Bowl. MVP Joe Burrow.
Anyway, I like the Lions here a lot. I think the Lions are the best team in the NFL. If we were doing power rankings, we're not. But if we were doing power rankings of teams, I understand why Philadelphia would have to be 1 and why Buffalo would probably be 2. And so I would respect that.
So you think the Lions have been better than the Chargers? You just big upped as like the best team.
I think the Chargers are the best team in the AFC. I always said that.
But he thinks Baltimore and Buffalo aren't very good, so it gives extra weight to the Chargers and is not fair and balanced polling.
Well, okay, it's my poll. Why does it have to be fair and balanced? I'm not a polling company. I'm expressing my opinion. Would you like? This is my view on things. Detroit is the best. I would pick them against any team right now in the NFL in one game. So anyway, I like them in this game.
Do you think that the Browns can get home against the Lions, Geoff? I guess would be my question here. Because the one thing that Baltimore could not do to Goff was move him. He was able to stand where he wanted to stand and just pick them apart when he had to. And then he just handed the ball off and that was it. The Browns, although they had that weird score against the Ravens, that game was closer than it really appeared. Like they've done an excellent job at shutting offenses down. Like even week 1 with Burrow, they couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything in that game.
No, it's true.
That I don't know if they can cover this spread because they just might be too inept offensively to put up points against Detroit. But the under seems like the play.
No, even 24-14 is an easy cover.
I agree. Well, it's not an easy cover.
But it's a cover.
You cover by 1.5. Okay. If that was the final score and like the Browns had a chance to drive at the end of the game, you wouldn't be like, man, easy cover.
No, but I do really like Detroit here.
I will take Cleveland, and I would have agreed with you that Cleveland would have been the popular side of this game. Then Monday night happened.
I still think they will be. I actually think Detroit looking good makes people even that much more interested in Cleveland because they're like, the Packers look just this good, and then they did to the Packers. They'll do the same thing to Detroit.
Yeah, there's a big difference between looking bad in Cleveland versus now playing a home game against Cleveland. I think people will take that into consideration too.
I'd be curious if in this game Dan Campbell would be more tempted to just take the 3 points in some circumstances.
I think the
playing such
smart move would be to do so because your opponent is so hamstrung.
Then you got Zinn coming at you.
Just Detroit, Cleveland is so challenged when it comes to scoring that like 20 points is good.
I'm taking Detroit. I'm going to lean with Tim. I don't love it, but if I were backing Detroit in laying this number, I would honestly hope they kick the field goals because I just want stack my points and I'll cover.
Yeah, like 17 points might be enough to cover here.
Very well could be.
The run defense for the Browns has been amazing so far.
Well, it will be tested.
It most certainly will. But I mean, it's not like they haven't been tested yet. Like
No.
they limited Derrick Henry to 5 yards.
But the Lions are so good.
Is Derrick Henry cooked? I've been waiting for this. Is Derrick Henry cooked?
He might be. He might be. He played great against Buffalo, but he always plays great against Buffalo.
He does.
And then the last 2 weeks, like fumbled again yesterday. Like he did. He had goal line touches that he couldn't bury. I'm not saying Henry is dust yet. I'm saying he's lilting in that direction, but he can still pull it back. He's still good enough to pull it back. But if I were a Ravens fan, I'd be a little less than enthused from what I've seen through 3 weeks.
So what you're saying is that he's easier to tackle now?
Sure. Seemed like it last night. Around the goal line, everybody was tackling him when he wasn't trying to throw it.
Yeah, why I spoke about this with Tim before the show, Geoff. Do you think that the Ravens, because the Lions love a fancy play, right? They love doing a reverse and then throwing off a reverse or throwing to a lineman, whatever it might be. Do you think that they saw that on the other side of the field and then decided like, hey, this is what we're going to try to do and have Derrick Henry throw passes now instead of running Derrick Henry into the end zone?
Yeah, it's like an ego play. Like, oh, I can do that too. Watch what we can drop and like call it the perfect time. Womp womp.
So taking a look at the picks, I have Cleveland, so does the coin, and both of you guys have Detroit -8.5. Philly at Tampa Bay. The Bucks are 3.5 point dogs at home. 43.5 is the over/under. I'm very torn on this because the Bucks have played Philadelphia the best of any team in football over the past 3 years. Like not even close. They have been excellent against them. But now we have no Mike Evans for 2 to 4 weeks. Wirfs looks like he's back on the offensive line. I don't know about the status of their 2 other O linemen that are out. Egbuka is already banged up. He couldn't even play a full complement of snaps. We might get Godwin back for this game. They signed some defensive tackle today who's 475 pounds. I doubt he's as fast as that 500-pound guy on the Eagles, though.
No way.
Remember we chased down Matt Stafford?
That was very impressive.
Stafford had the edge on him. He was just
You've made the case for why I think the only play here are the Eagles or nothing. I think you got to take the Eagles.
The Eagles were so impressive when they decided to play football.
When they shift gears, they are as good as anybody. They're very impressive. I just feel like they don't have the intent. They don't, for whatever reason, they don't play with enough intensity all the time. But when they do actually get themselves in gear, my goodness, they're a marvel to watch. Tampa hasn't
looked bad in 3 games. They're 3-0 and they haven't not looked good. So you're going to take the 3.5 with the Eagles.
I feel compelled to do so. I just think that Tampa's not in a good enough shape right now for me to take a team that hasn't looked particularly. I mean, we watched a lot of that Tampa Jets game, sloppy football. I watched all of their Monday night game against Houston. They did not look super impressive, even though their defense played all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, whose defense doesn't look good against Houston right now?
Fair. I can't in good conscience pick against the Eagles with this low of a number. So I'm going to take Philadelphia, even though like my gut would say Tampa, short home dog, getting the hook, makes a lot of sense. I think you're being baited to take Tampa Bay. I think I've got to take the Eagles.
I don't love agreeing with Tim, Geoff, but I do agree with him. I think the case for Tampa is that Baker will just find a way to win the game, and or Todd Bowles has the only person in football who knows how to rein in this offense.
You need to win by 3. You need them to win by 3. You need the hook to save you, I think, if you bet Tampa.
You think
that's what you're playing for?
Well, I mean, listen, Baker, could he go back to back weeks with game-winning drives at the end?
Maybe. I doubt it.
Where are you going, Geoff?
You guys said it. I don't really have anything to add. For all the reasons, the injuries, I don't really care about the previous moments. It just feels like a totally different matchup. One team feels pretty freaking healthy. The other team's got some cluster injuries. I'm on the Eagles.
Game of the day coming up next. Panthers at Patriots.
Oh boy, Super Bowl rematch.
There's another Super Bowl rematch coming up. There's one. Oh, no, because I had it written down wrong. I had Baltimore at San Francisco. I was like, there's a Super Bowl rematch.
No, it's not.
That wasn't actually what the game was. I had San Francisco in 2 games. They're probably not going to be doing that. Patriots are favored by 5.5. 43.5 is the total. One thing that I noticed, because I was on Twitter and I saw someone tweet about it, that they put out with the new kickoff rules, there are 2 teams that are limiting returns because of the way that they're approaching kickoffs. Carolina and the Rams have been significantly better than every other team at limiting return yardage.
What's the reason for that?
They're kicking those knucklers. They're just essentially making the returners panic when it hits the ground, and it's causing them to do really stupid things.
Interesting.
And no other team is really doing it.
I mean, I actually, this is sort of a sidebar, but if I were running an NFL team, I would have one of my top tier receivers or corners returning these kicks because
We see
these are becoming.
Debo's doing it in
Like if
Washington.
I were running the Dolphins, I would have Tyreek returning kicks. Like they haven't returned punts on the odd occasion. I'd have them returning kicks because you're getting real chances to return at any opportunity. If I were the Giants, Neighbors would be returning kicks.
I don't know if Neighbors
Get
would be the guy.
an extra touch or 2 into the hands of your most electric player. Travis Henry should be returning every kick and punt for Jacksonville for that same reason. Give these guys an extra opportunity with the ball.
I think that's dependent. I don't think just because someone's a superstar or potentially fast that you need to have them back there. I do think experience of returning kicks is helpful because you do have players on the team that specifically do that. Debo is someone who has returned kicks his entire life.
Tyreek is very well used to stand there
I'm
waiting for the
with you
ball
on-
to fly
I'm with you on Tyreek.
down on a lob pass from Tua. He's very used to that type of catch.
I'm with you on Tyreek. I don't know if Neighbors has ever returned a kick in his life.
He probably has.
He may have. He may have done it in college for all I know. I don't.
That's why the good Lord invented practice. Have him out there practicing it. You're 0-3. You got to do something to shake up things, or you're just going to go 3-14 and die. Like, what's the point? These kickoffs are becoming secretly one of the most important plays in the game right now. After having been such afterthoughts for like a decade, the game has changed. You have to adapt.
So this is a very roundabout way, Geoff, of me asking, when does the ref put the grease on the football for the Patriots? Is it during the kickoff or is it after they get the ball? Because if Carolina's going to throw knuckleballs at the Patriots on special teams and it's in that grease-covered ball, they're just going to fumble it 4 times. Can't hold on to the ball.
Not
Oh,
deflated enough.
Such an embarrassing performance. And like a Mike Vrabel team doing that, and as well with a lot of early defensive penalties that were backbreaking and led to points.
Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, you just hate to see it. The
Patriots-
look on Sully's faces in the crowd as they watch their Patriots squander that game and have to drive home for 3 hours in traffic and talk about how good the Sox are going to be in the ALDS because they've already jumped ship. What a shame. You hate to see it. I really like the Patriots in this game because Carolina played its A game. And they just can't play that card too often.
Weirdly enough, I don't feel like they did play their A game.
I do think they did. And I think that for that
Well,
reason.
you say, okay, in fairness, we didn't watch that game when it was on, so you haven't seen a second of that game.
I've seen the YouTube highlights.
I went back and watched the game, and they didn't really do anything. Penix was just bad. Penix was like, here, have the ball. And there's open guys. I'm just going to throw it. No, they're nowhere near them.
Panthers
It's not like Carolina did anything offensively.
Panthers are really, really bad.
Yes,
Don't
correct.
forget this for a moment.
But don't forget that the Patriots aren't good either.
No, but like
people seem to think that the Patriots are good. They're not. They
going
prove,
right back to the well.
They prove every week they are not good.
Going right back to the well. Patriots lining up for a huge Sunday night football game next week.
Patriots
And Bills.
Oh boy.
Patriots could be a super lock for me.
I like it.
It just makes so much sense. Vrabel's gonna angry dad. I mean, they're afraid of angry dad playing a team that just had their like moment that still might actually be one of the worst in the league. I got to take the Patriots.
I mean, Drake Bortles can't play good until he's down 20 points.
But he's
so it's gonna be tough in this game for him.
Such a good fantasy quarterback. I'm just telling you. He is a treat to own in fantasy.
I
He
don't
plays
think
terribly.
I don't think that anyone was arguing you. About
No, but
that.
just he is. That's his role, is that he's a really, really good fantasy quarterback, a good DFS quarterback.
Do we know if Christian Gonzalez is coming back for this game?
No idea. Don't know that it matters a whole lot.
Geoff?
I don't have a clue.
That would sway me here.
You can watch Patriots
was
All
supposed
Access
to be
and find out.
He was supposed to be 50-50 last week, so you would think so.
Hamstrings are weird.
5 fumbles.
That's not good. That's probably not going to happen again.
Unfortunately. But I'm glad but I'm smiling because it did happen once. You hate to see it.
I'm going to grab Carolina in the points. Why not?
go ahead.
I don't think these teams are like vastly different.
No, they are. But Carolina is like legit awful. The Patriots are just like bottom of the middle, whereas the Panthers are awful.
Who's better, the Patriots or the Jets?
Oh, the Patriots are right now.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
What about Tennessee and Houston, who are playing each other?
I hate this game because of what it's going to do to me.
Houston is a 7-point favorite. 38.5 is the total. So the Titans have traded away a corner now to the Jets.
Yeah, Jarvis Brownlee, who played really good last year, and Titans fans seem very upset to have lost him. So that's probably good news for play-wise anyway for the Jets.
This trade makes no sense to me, Geoff.
From the Titans' perspective, right?
Yeah. Why are they just giving him away? Like, what happened here?
I'm not sure, and I don't know what's going on with the Titans and Miss Amy, but the coach might not actually know the rules of the NFL.
Well, he is no longer calling plays. He has ceded that to the quarterback's coach.
Like the first sign of disaster.
Well, like you should see it as much because I'm not certain he knows the actual rules. He doesn't know what's allowed to be challenged. He doesn't know how to they used 2 timeouts before the half, Pat, and then got to delay a game to push back a field goal that they eventually missed. And then Indy got 2 plays and kicked a field goal. I don't think they know the rules. I'm picking the Titans. I think the spread's too high. No. Houston just looks like spoiled milk.
Put them on the teaser.
It's not a teaser. It's a parlay.
Put them on the parlay. Sorry. I like Houston a lot here.
Houston really hurt my feelings last week.
This is the game where I formally surrender my Tennessee pick to.
Oh, yeah, Tennessee to win the division.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
out?
formally surrendering.
Now is the week to get on Tennessee, Geoff. I'm with you. +7.
I'm now laying hands on the Colts. They're now my pick. I'm laying hands upon them. Means like they are now my adopted pick in the AFC South.
Right, is that going to change when Jacksonville is now the betting favorite? Now you're on Jacksonville?
No, I'm now going to ride with the Colts in the AFC South.
I don't understand.
Well,
What don't you understand?
He picked Tennessee. He's giving up on them. Now he's picking Indianapolis to win.
Oh, so he's like getting on the 3-0 team.
That's precisely what I am doing.
I was just making sure I had it.
Yeah, it's still early still early on, down the tracks for me to jump on.
And you want credit for this if the
No.
Colts like hold off the Jags?
Well, I mean, some level. We'll see how.
Okay, what if Tennessee wins the division?
I'm sure I won't get any credit, now, even though I should deserve some.
So you're gonna try to work this where no matter who wins the division, you'll get credit.
Well, not
for
if
it.
Jacksonville does.
Like, I'll put this out there. This game, I will, at least like with my like group of buddies who were in Circo I'm with. I really hope no one wants to even bring Houston to the table.
Their defense should win them this game.
Yeah, rookie quarterback, that defensive line, a coach doesn't know the rules. You're right. They should dominate, but I don't trust them, and the number seems big.
Yeah.
Tennessee for Geoff and I, Houston for you and the coin.
If Houston loses this game, they go to 0-4.
Is D'Amico Ryans the first coach fired?
No, he's not going to get fired. But
Is Stroud benched?
That's a disaster. That is a real disaster. I don't know what you do.
Do you fake an injury for Stroud?
I don't know what you do. It's that them going 0-4 was not on the battle plans. But I think they're going to win this game.
If they don't win this game, that's not good news.
They could be legit 4 back in the win column behind Indianapolis.
They could be, for sure. That's the game that, in retro, I picked Indy against the spread last week, but just retrospectively looking at it, I don't know how that wasn't my Super
They're the
Bowl.
game I'm looking forward to the most this week, too.
That's going to be a very fun
I
game.
know that's not America's game of the week, but like I want that to be the main screen on Sunday.
It's Tim's game of the week?
To me, I'm far more interested in that than Chiefs.
Listen,
Ravens.
you know I am very open to what goes in the center screen. It doesn't need to be.
What goes in the main screen for
for
Sunday?
the early slate?
I would argue for Giants Chargers because I want to see Dart and I want to see the Chargers.
You know what? Washington, Atlanta, I think could be fun in a weird way. Philly and Tampa, I think, is on that list.
We could also take the easy way out and put Ryder Cup in the middle.
We're not going to put
football's
we're not
surrounding
putting Ryder Cup, especially for maybe we have to put
do. That theme song is like gets you fired up. I
Tim,
love that theme song.
If there was like a vote, I would vote to that suggestion. Like in my group, like if I don't think I could get enough constituents to win. Put Ryder on the big screen with the 6 footballs around it. That would be my well, fuck, the Chargers are playing. I actually don't think I'm gonna hang out this weekend. I'm just probably gonna I'm gonna have like my own 2-screen situation because I'm not gonna force upon Chargers Giants on a group of people.
I think Tim makes a pretty compelling case that it is always fun to watch the new quarterback who comes in. And it's harder to do in week 1 because there's like 4 new quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, the other game obviously would be Eagles and Buccaneers, but the Eagles are just so dour to watch.
Until they weren't. But like the good Lord invented remotes, so we can flip that game onto there.
It's Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo, the Charger. I feel like we're playing a college.
If the Ryder Cup starts getting close and it comes down to the short strokes of like 3 holes, I think we got to make it.
Well, that'll be after 4 o'clock when that happens, I think. Or right around 4 o'clock.
The Ryder Cup?
Yeah, like
when Tim to be talking about 3 holes of golf, you're in the afternoon slate.
Yeah, the Ryder Cup should be ending probably. It's 12 p.m. Eastern is first tee of singles.
12 wouldn't tee off till about 1:30.
Yeah, so like halftime of the afternoon set of games is probably when it ends. I'd be good at throwing it on like then, like if it's coming down to the wire. Most Ryder Cups don't go that long.
No, because Europe's so much better.
Really trying to curse his bet, aren't you?
No, I just don't think the U.S. are just going to show up. Well, that's going to make me happy.
Wow.
I don't like the U.S. team very much. Outside of like 2 of their players, I don't particularly like many of the players on their team.
Bryson and who?
And Scheffler. I like Scheffler.
Like
I got nothing against Scheffler. He's a nice
Scheffler's
guy.
like, I don't even
Scheffler's really, I really have taken a shine to Scheffler ever since he sort of
Said he doesn't care about golf.
went into this emo phase of like, there's a real life out there. And like, I was like, that is a man who's got perspective. I can support that while he's dominating
Scheffler's
every time he goes out
in
there.
his own category.
Like Scheffler's the best player in golf, but like, you disagree with me. I think Bryson has clearly cemented himself as the face of golf. Not of the tour, of golf.
I can talk about this, though, because I disagree, Geoff, because I think there's a segment of people that really enjoy Bryson. Obviously, his YouTube channel is gigantic. There's that part of it. But those people don't like golf. They like Bryson.
What would be on the Rory YouTube channel? Because you think Rory's bigger. What
Nothing.
would be on the Rory YouTube
Rory
channel?
is a bigger worldwide presence than Bryson is. Like, people go to events in, like, Australia and India to go see Rory. With Bryson, like, they log on. He's everywhere. People like Bryson now because no one pays. Like, if you don't pay attention to YouTube and you don't pay attention to Live, Bryson's a ton of fun because you see him 4, now 5 times a year when there's a Ryder Cup, and he's really entertaining for 4 days. But I continue to go back to the point. If you put Bryson back on the PGA Tour, everyone would hate his fucking guts
Him
again.
trying to pitch those ping pong balls into that cup for the Bentley was so great.
Listen, there's a chance. I'm not saying it's likely. It's probably more likely he plays great, but it's a fine line where, he's like the odd outsider in the group. And I think if they get their ass kicked, I think fingers will maybe go to him.
Yeah,
If he plays poorly.
there's also a part of Bryson's rehabilitation that he's been really, really good for 2 years in the biggest moments. If he starts faltering in the biggest moments, people are like, this guy sucks.
He kind of faltered a little bit this year at the U.S. Open.
Sure, but he was in the final group of the Masters. Like, it's not like Brooks where he just missed the cut in every event.
I don't know. We'll see. I just think Bryson is like right now the biggest face, and like he's one of the biggest faces of sports right now, not just golf.
No, Rory's the biggest name. Like, Rory winning the Masters this year really pushed him up a level.
Yeah, I mean that was obviously the biggest moment. No one disputes that.
Like, he's bigger than Scheffler, although Scheffler's way better.
Oh, I certainly think he's bigger than Scheffler, yes, because Scheffler doesn't have a presence, doesn't want a presence. I respect that.
And listen, if we were only to demo 15 to 25-year-olds who don't really care about golf, Bryson's way bigger. Like, Bryson's like a legitimate internet star.
Bryson's cool. That's what he's
No, Bryson is
He's
the
very cool.
antithesis of cool. If you think Bryson is cool, think about that for a second.
Well, I think he's very
interesting.
Cool.
He's interesting, but he's not cool.
Yeah, he is definitely not cool.
And charming.
He is not charming. He's someone who tries really, really. Jared, you're a youngin'. Doesn't Bryson just seem like a fucking tryhard?
Youngin is not great. Bryson's the worst. But you know what? I kind of side with Tim. Honestly.
You think he's bigger than Rory?
I think in the golf world, Rory's obviously bigger.
Yeah, yes.
In the world, I think it might be Bryson.
No.
Now, I do not enjoy Bryson. I think he's corny. I think he's cringy. I think he's putting on a whole act.
Yes.
But, I mean, he has 2 million, last I checked, subscribers on YouTube. That's a lot.
Sure, but these aren't like golf people.
Doesn't matter.
Well, exactly. That's my
Makes him-
point.
that's what makes him so big.
What's he gonna do, open a
Those
movie?
of being bots this week, eh, Pat? You see that?
That's a great idea.
What's that? You think Bryson should be in a movie?
I would go
The
watch
Bryson movie?
Oh my.
You also have to remember, he gained a lot of subscribers who don't even care about golf because he had
Did
Trump
Tim
on.
just say he wants a Last Action Hero remake with?
Didn't say that. I didn't say what type of movie Bryson could be in, but like, let's say you like had like a 5
He's like the new
bit.
Jim Brown.
Yeah,
He's just in action movies. He's in Taken 4.
No, but like he could have like a bit role in a movie somewhere. Like
You know,
a
maybe
big
he'll be in
comedy.
the next Naked Gun.
He'd be great.
He would actually work in a Naked Gun movie. You just tell him it's a serious movie.
Yeah.
The Naked Gun was very funny. We went to
but
go see
Pat,
it in theaters. It was
Did
very
you
funny.
see that Brandel accused Bryson of like buying bots as followers or something?
I did. Brandel is becoming I respect his like Stephen A. Smith of golf shtick because it's working. People get so mad at everything he says. It's very inflammatory for absolutely no reason. And then the teammates have to come out and defend Bryson, which I'm sure like Bryson's a good hang in the room. Or he's just a giant weirdo and people don't want to
I
make him
tell
mad.
you right now, I would love to be his teammate in alternate shot. Would love it.
I don't think you would.
Yes.
Think about when he yells, "Oh, I don't have the right ball. It's not doing what I want." Imagine if you hit the ball. It's the same reason we can't have alternate shot at our Ryder Cup.
I
the amount
disagree.
of
That would be fun.
fighting that would go on. Imagine me playing with you and you keep fucking shooting like you do. Be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? There wouldn't be no good vibes on our team. It'd be me yelling at you for 18 holes.
Don't yell at me then.
Well, maybe play fucking better golf. How
no
about that?
offense, no
Getting
offense
attacked
for
again.
content. I think we might need an alt shot match next summer. for
I
the
like
group.
alt mat. I like the idea of alternate shot. That's me.
We'll take
My
a break.
friends, yeah, I wish like alternate shot was incorporated in some of the things that
No.
we do, but my
No.
friends are
No.
all like, they're not. No, it's not because. Well,
Unless
it'd be so much
unless you're
fun.
playing with only good players, it would be not only infuriating, it would make the rounds
What
way
about
too.
modified
it would
alternate
be
shot?
fucking hilarious and a
Where
good time.
I take
And
your
as
tee
long
shot
as you
and
don't
finish the
take
hole.
it too seriously, there'd be great stories.
Yeah. What do you mean to take some sort of competition not seriously?
You just accept what's about the day's gonna be.
I had to do that last year when I got teamed up in
Okay, what about a 9-hole match then?
9-hole maybe.
You didn't take it so serious on the scramble.
Well, I couldn't
You got
concentrate.
beat up.
He didn't take it seriously the night before.
Or the scramble. That was the issue. But I played against you in the scramble last year with the nut low partner.
Yeah.
And I basically walked off the course.
That was rough. Actually, I did better with him than you did.
You did.
Yeah, we got it to like hole 17 before our match was lost.
We used one of his shots.
Yeah.
And we didn't even have to use it. It was a pity. Yeah, we'll use your shot.
That was rough.
It was not great.
I had a great day that day.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine playing alternate shot with like putting like even like a 9 handicapper with like a 37 handicapper. It would just be
That's why I said modified alternate
what
shot.
is modified
We
alternate
play
shot?
each other's tee shots and then you finish the hole. You and I both tee off.
Oh, I see.
play your tee shot till the hole ends. You play my tee shot until the hole ends.
Okay,
So we're compelled to play each other's tee shots only.
that is a bit better.
That would be fun.
I don't know if it'd be fun.
It'd be more fun than that combined match play we're doing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm going to recommend that change.
I recommended it. We got rid of it last year, and then some reason it came back.
Yeah. So anyway, that modified alternate shot I like.
Now that I'm old, I've had to come to the fact that I just don't bounce back the way that I used to. I don't wake up in the morning feeling normal. And now that football season has started, that is absolutely unacceptable. 'Cause I got work to do in the morning, and I got kids that are waking up. It's no good. But that isn't a problem anymore because I found Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol. The Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic, invented by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for the rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol the first drink of your night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel the best tomorrow. Go to zbiotics.com/PatMayo to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use PatMayo at checkout. Z-Biotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund you your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/PatMayo and use the code PatMayo at checkout for 15% off. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/PatMayo and get on your way to being your best self. Sometimes we turn to some funny places for support, but not everyone's a therapist. Not everyone is the one. find your right match with BetterHelp. What you need to do is actually talk to a quality therapist, and BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the United States. It's also completely online. You can pause your subscription whenever you need to and switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/PatMayo. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/PatMayo. Johnnie Walker, a brand synonymous with the game of golf for over a century, is bringing bold energy to golf's fiercest stage and ultimate rivalry with the Spirit of the Cup, a fan-first program that celebrates national pride, fandom, and the relentless spirit of competition. The program invites a new generation of fans to experience golf through modern rituals, bold collaborations, and culture-forward experiences. Leading into the tournament weekend, Johnnie Walker will bring the Spirit of the Cup tour to the streets of New York City from Wednesday, September 24th through Sunday, September 28th. As a part of Johnnie Walker's commitment to making golf straight up more fun, the experience is open to the public, offering golf lovers and inspiring golfers to chip their way to glory while sipping signature Johnnie Walker cocktails. Drink responsibly. Well, that brings us to the midway point of the show, which means it's time for a mini version of Cust Corner.
Cust Corner, it's Cust Corner. Cust Corner, it's Cust Corner. He's got the hottest takes with the highest stakes. He should be president of the United States, but it's Cust Corner, it's Cust Corner. Cust Corner,
I preferred Credit Corner, to be honest with you.
Well,
but unfortunately, we don't really have any subjects for Credit Corner.
Well, we had one last week. That's infinitely more than before.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So this week, I realized, based on the last week, of how much better it was when the first football game kicked off at 7 Eastern, and this one kicked off at like 8:15. And it occurred to me, all good television shows and sporting events need to start at least by 7 o'clock Eastern. Nobody wants to stay up late for anything during the work week. Put all the good TV programs, all good sporting events, everything on before at 7 p.m. or earlier, without exception.
No, so yes, I agree with you in terms of sporting events. For the actual like shows that people watch, you can do 8 and 9 are the sweet times for those because they don't go on potentially till 1 o'clock in the morning.
8's the latest you could go. Because look, the younger people who are staying up late, they're not watching TV when it's on anyway. They don't need to have it on early. The people who are watching TV are older people or even people in our generation who have to go to bed, who have to get up for things. We don't need to want or can stay up till 11 o'clock. Our market is underserved. Put on television programs because we're going to watch it when they're on 7 p.m., 8 p.m. latest. Everything. And people will say, oh, well, what about the people who live in California? Too bad. You have sun all the time. You have lovely weather. You know what? One of the downsides of living where nobody else in the world lives is that TV shows come on super early for you. Get a PVR, okay, dude? You're too busy surfing on Santa Monica Beach. I understand that you're out there and you're going to miss the start of The Voice. That's too bad. Buy a PVR. Those of us who live where everybody else in the world lives on the East Coast in North America need to go to bed at a certain hour. Stop putting things on so late. It really frustrates me.
Geoff, what outside of sports, what shows do you watch while they're on? Because I have an answer to this. There's one show every week that I watch while it airs. That's it.
The Challenge?
The Challenge. Just because it's been a habit for me on Wednesday evenings for 20 years.
There's not a single show for me.
So they aren't necessarily hurting our demographic with that. It's sporting events that need to start earlier.
Everything. Late night shows shouldn't be late night shows. They should start at. You want people to watch the Tonight Show? Put the Tonight Show on as the evening show and start it at 6. People would watch.
I don't think so.
Saturday Night Live. Let Saturday Night Live start at 9 o'clock. Things are on too late. It's just everything is on too late. Let's make things on earlier. Everyone would be happy about it. And the few people for whom it would inconvenience, they're fine. They're used to things being on super early anyway.
See, you had me with sports. You're absolutely correct. Just start all the prime. If it's good enough to start the Super Bowl at that time,
I remember when the Super Bowl used to kick off in the afternoon. I remember when World Series games were on in the afternoon. There's no reason why the World Series, the first pitch of a World Series game, has to be at 9 o'clock Eastern.
It also doesn't make sense to me, too, sporting event-wise, that you couldn't start it earlier since so many people just watch stuff from their phone now anyway. It's not like they have to be at home to watch it.
If you want younger people, like people who are like in their early teens or even younger, to like get into your sports, you put the best games on in prime time and they can't see them because they have to get up to go to school. And it's not the same experience to watch it the next day on SportsCenter or watch the highlights on YouTube. If you put the World Series on a Thursday evening at 6 o'clock, they're going to watch 5 or 6 or 7 innings of that game. Make everything earlier to accommodate people who need to go to bed.
Question. What do you do midweek if it's non-football? If you have a Los Angeles Kings at Maple Leafs game, when do you play the game in LA? Because nobody's going to want to go if it's at 3:30 in the afternoon.
If it starts at 5, that's 8 o'clock Eastern.
No, they have to respect that they have to fill their own
the
building.
stadium.
and
Yeah,
people have to
exactly.
be able to
Dodgers
get
fans
them.
don't even come to the game till the 7th inning anyway. What's the difference?
Baseball is different because baseball has afternoon games as a part of its regular rotation. Hockey and basketball will be tough, but who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
No, I just mean like, who cares about starting those early?
Start them early anyway.
Oh my God, Tim, think about it. If they play at lunch, people can just watch the game on replay later at evening.
There you go. And if you just avoid the score, that's fine. Just put things on earlier. Maybe I'm being too extreme about everything, but like make an active effort of putting everything you possibly can on earlier. The Academy Awards started doing that a couple years ago, and it was great. Like it starts at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock Eastern now. That's amazing. They got it. They don't want a show that goes on till 2 a.m. Put your marquee stuff that people want to see on at an hour where people can watch it.
All right, got anything else?
That was my main gripe.
Okay.
I'm tired of things being on too late and me having to stay up late because I am a completist. I don't like watching part of a game. Now, if I fall asleep, that's one thing, but I don't like having to like turn a game off at halftime to go to sleep.
How much?
That bothers me to a great extent.
How much do you think this is affected by where we live? The single worst times.
I'm sure it still affects people all up and down the Eastern Seaboard for whom it's just too late to watch some games.
Do you watch a game in bed?
I do, but if I fall asleep, that's okay. But I usually won't because I'm like watching the game.
Oh,
Like-
I'll fall asleep. I'll watch a
Like it's bad when I'm watching a Sunday night game like last week and hoping it's a blowout so I can go to bed. That's not good for the product. That's not good for
Go to
anything.
bed.
But I can't. Like if I know there's a game going on and I know it's somewhat close, I got to see the game. I got to have it on.
I go to bed. I tape it and watch it in the morning.
But
Turn
most
it off,
most
turn
people
the
can't do
night
that.
light on. Go to bed.
Most people can't do that. It bothers them to a great degree. They want to see the game. They want to watch it. Put stuff on earlier. Everything should be earlier. Like early bird meal specials are like the way to go. I agree with that food too. Like restaurants should encourage people to come at 4 o'clock for supper. That's a
Happy
great
hour.
idea.
People are at work.
Okay, 5 o'clock then.
Happy hour.
Happy hour. That's drink time.
Yeah, like we should be actively trying to make as much as we can in society start earlier in the day and less stuff late.
Because you don't like staying up late?
No, I don't like, but a lot of people don't because they have like me. They got to work in the morning.
The working in the morning is not the problem. It's getting up with my kids that's the problem.
That's another.
Because
That's another reason.
If I had to work at 9, I could wake up at like 8 and get to work. But I can't do that with kids.
No, so like accommodate the majority of us who would like things to start early, please.
All right, what else? This is a popular one. I think people will agree with you.
You think so?
That sporting event should start earlier for East Coast people. Absolutely, 100% of East Coast people will agree with you. Did you not think that was like
I expected a lot of pushback. Actually,
that is not a hot take.
I thought that was a scorching hot take.
It is a very popular internet
You notice
take.
you got zero pushback? From
I did.
anyone?
I was not prepared for that. I actually don't know how to react to the lack of criticism of my point. I'm very uncomfortable about this. Now I feel like I must be wrong because I
Why?
didn't get any pushback.
We agree with you.
I know. Now I feel weird about that.
Is that your way of saying that everything that gets pushback, you're definitely right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know, they say the more flack you catch is the closer you are to the target. So like when you don't catch any, I feel like I'm just way off base.
Would you, at a sushi restaurant, use tongs instead of chopsticks?
No, I don't like sushi though.
It has little to do with the sushi.
Oh, here's something. I mentioned this to you the other day. I'll ask this to Geoff. How hard do you think it is, Geoff, to compete on like Dancing with the Stars, to be all right at it? How hard do you think that would be? Like, how many hours would I have to commit if I were one of the stars on Dancing with the Stars to like have a good showing, not to go out in the first 1 or 2 weeks?
Pretty hard, I think, for you.
Yeah, you would be first.
I think a lot of it depends on just who you draw as the partner.
You would be like the Sean Spicer of the.
Or you could be like the guy who they know sucks, but you're entertaining enough. It's like the network's like, we're gonna get like 2 more weeks out of this show.
I just think it would. I think while it is hard work, it's like you don't have to commit your whole life to it.
But they do. When you join Dancing with the Stars, they are going 5 days a week, like all day long, learning these routines in order to be able to perform on the show. Like it's a full-time commitment. It's not like you duck in for an hour before the show, learn a dance, and go on.
Tim doesn't think it's that hard because he also thinks he could do a somersault.
Cartwheel.
I just
Could
think
you do a somersault? Let's start there.
I think I could do a somersault.
You're convinced you can do a cartwheel, but a somersault would be too difficult for you?
I didn't say that. I just said I hadn't really given that much thought.
How good do you think you'd be at escape rooms?
I would like to think I'd be pretty good at escape rooms.
You're not great at math.
No, I'm not.
There's a lot of math sometimes.
Fair, but like you don't usually go to an escape room by yourself.
True.
So if I went with a group of people, I could carry the load with certain types of questions.
Like logic questions.
Logic questions, or maybe something historical, and you have to find something in the room that pertains to that riddle. But yeah, some of the mathematical ones I would have more trouble with. But I actually think escape rooms are cool.
Do you think that skinny jeans went out of style in North America because everyone's too goddamn fat?
I didn't know that skinny jeans were ever in style.
They were in style for like 10 years.
I don't think they were. Like, I don't
Youth
think
correspondent Jarrett?
Definitely in style.
Not anymore. But
Not anymore.
Is it because everyone got too fat?
so. Honestly, I think blue jeans themselves are kind of out of style.
Oh, so it's like we're back in the Depression
You're
era
seeing
now.
fewer and fewer people wear blue jeans.
Interesting.
It's very, I don't know how that happened or why that happened, but it just seems like it was like the default pair of pants for most gentlemen between the ages of like 18 and 50. And now, like, it's not that you don't see them anymore, but it's far less common to see people wear blue jeans. So, like, are they sort of dated?
You and I are both wearing black jeans right now.
But like, it seemed like that was like the go-to, and now people don't wear them that often.
My grandfather used to rave about this, or rant about this, sorry. Rant and rave, potentially. That when he was growing up, because he was very poor when he was growing up, that everyone wore, he's like, I can't believe people are wearing jeans. That's what poor people wore in like 1930s.
They were work clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was made of denim. They were work clothes. Like, you wouldn't wear jeans out to a restaurant.
I got some other quick hitters here for you. Are duty-free shops too smelly?
Oh, too much perfume, you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, I
don't like having to walk through the duty-free area because it's just like, oh my God.
I don't even
It's like the guy
understand.
that I go to the gym with. And like,
I don't understand cologne culture at all. I don't wear cologne. I never understood why people wanted to wear it. It's like, if you take care of your hygiene, you don't need cologne.
I am exactly of the same mindset that if you just simply shower, that you don't
Every
need
single
cologne.
day, at least once a day.
Or just don't get stinky. Wear deodorant.
Yeah.
Jeff, where are you on cologne? You a big cologne guy?
No, just
Track car noir, Jeff?
Or
Just
that one that Chalamet keeps pushing on Sunday football,
I don't
every
know.
other commercial.
I haven't worn cologne in like maybe 20 years. It's just a little speed stick. That's how I work.
Like, what would you do if someone gave you a bottle of cologne as a gift? Like, that would last me a decade.
Re-gift it.
Okay, I guess you could do that. But if you are like me and believe that it's wrong to regift, I have a strong antipathy towards that.
Really,
Someone has given you a gift, it's for you to enjoy.
No, it's not.
It wasn't.
You go to Subway to get a sub and get a free card out of it. The only reason you do is because you get a free sub. And then you give people a fucking gift card they don't want.
It's not the only reason. My point was, if you're given a gift, that person would not have given you that gift if they thought that you would thought so little of it that you would just give it away to somebody else.
Yeah, they might have just been regifted.
So that's impolite.
You might have been getting a regifted gift. You don't know.
I don't want a regifted gift.
Yeah, but
I would rather not get a gift.
You've
than a
probably been
regifted
given
gift.
regifted gifts.
Oh, I'm sure that I have. I don't think that it should be socially acceptable.
And you would
to
love
regift.
regifted. You wouldn't even know. You'd love it. You're so easy to please. You'd love anything.
I am, but
And
so
you also think that people put the thought into like bringing a gift to someone that you would, which they don't. Like, for example, at my Christmas party, people bring me a whole bunch of booze that I just don't drink. So then I take these like nice bottles of booze that people give me, and then I give them to my friends as presents on like their birthday.
No
I'm never going to
offense.
drink it.
when like our friends are like, they're hosting or something or a dinner party or it's just going to be a fun night. The worst part of the day is the amount of times me and my wife, it's like, what do we got to bring though? What are we going to get?
Bottle of
Do we
wine.
stop for something? Do we have, I just mean like it's, Tim thinks this lovely thing. It's actually like kind of like a really annoying part of all of it. Yeah, I don't know. Send him something nice. That's how it ends up.
Nice bottle of wine usually works.
Yeah, but again, if I went through the effort of finding the right bottle of wine that I thought you might really like, and then you just simply said, "Oh, thank you," and then gave it to somebody else,
Which I would do.
I
would drink your nice bottle of wine, but if you gave me a nice bottle of scotch, I'm literally never going to open it.
But see, I know you and would not buy you
but
scotch.
do you think that people don't show up with gifts for like I said, at the Christmas party, people always bring something. They bring me nice bottles of whiskey and scotch. I simply do not drink that. I give it to someone who I know does drink that, and they would like it. I'm not going to like it.
Save it to give people drinks of it when they visited my house. That'd be
How
okay.
often are people coming to your house that you give them drinks?
No, I'm just saying if I were you have people who visit on occasion. You would offer them a drink of that scotch that you yourself don't like to drink. But
I'd rather give it to a person who would drink it.
I feel like it cheapens the thought process that the people put into it to give you a gift for you to turn around and give that gift to somebody else.
Disagree. The gift needs to end up in its proper home, and the proper home was not to me.
I don't know. I don't agree. I feel like when someone gives you a gift, you should try to keep it and use it and not give it away to somebody.
Jeff, would you re-gift? Because I would.
Sounds like he does.
Of course. Yeah, easily. Just you got to move along. Keep the chain moving.
Jeff, have you ever heard of people using a chainsaw that are too scared to put a lighter in a barbecue and turn it on?
How hard could it be to use a chainsaw is what I'm asking.
Where the fuck
I think there
is this
should
from?
be like training courses where you could go and they have like the safety guards on the chainsaws and the very dangerous tools.
Oh my God.
And I could learn, or someone who doesn't have a lot of skill with them could learn how to use them in a very safe environment. That way, if they have to use them on their own, they're practiced at it.
Learn how to use a chainsaw like everyone learned how to use a chainsaw. That their alcoholic parent gave it to them when they were 6 and told them to cut this log, like I did.
I did not learn anything like that. I wasn't allowed around those.
I was going to say, like, I feel like you learn it from like a parent or an uncle or.
But there should be
And
like
they're
And they're always
cousin, like,
boozed
it's
up,
just-
and you're always way too young.
I think it'd be great if there was like a Saturday morning class, like a community college.
What are you going to do with this chainsaw? What are you going to go cut some trees down?
You never know when you might need to use one. If you have like
Then
bushes
you probably
or
should
something.
have figured that out before you're
What about,
almost
like
40.
woodworking.
Yeah, or like, it would be nice to have like that handyman skill class where it's risk free because they like don't have the sharp parts on the blade or something. They like show you how to use it.
It's like the safety scissors of chainsaw
Yeah,
at
well,
an
like,
annex class.
It is like that. And connectedly, because I remember when we had this conversation, I will stand here and tell you that bumper bowling is a million times more fun than regular bowling. If you're not on the PBA, you don't. Here's the thing: gutters are good for competitive bowling. If you're in a bowling league, if you're not in a bowling league, you have come to bowl for fun, to have a nice time, to have fun.
Why are you not playing from the ladies' tees?
It's not the same thing.
What? No driver wedge.
It's
What do you mean? You
beyond.
got to be Dustin Johnson. You got to
No,
play driver wedge.
It's not the same thing
What
at
do you
all
mean?
because your
What
errant
do you
shots
mean?
are
You get the
because
ball
if you're
in the hole sooner. What are you talking about?
because if you have an errant shot off the red tee, it's the same as an errant shot off the white tee, which is to say that you have to drop somewhere.
No,
With
but
bumper
not
bowling,
exactly.
40, you're like 100 yards and 120 yards ahead.
it's still bumper bowling allows you to have all the fun of bowling
shouldn't
with
do
none
that.
of the downside of the gutters. The gutters are too complicated
It's
for most
really
people.
embarrassing.
What?
I think a lot of people don't bowl
How?
because they don't want to throw gutter balls.
How bad
No,
at bowling?
no.
I've never bowled with you. How bad are you?
I'm not that bad, but I'm not great
You're,
at
you're
bowling.
so bad, you demand that there be bumper bowling.
I think bumper bowling is superior in every way to regular
I
bowling.
think if I went bowling right now and I haven't gone bowling in like 4 years, I would maybe throw one gutter ball in my entire session. And that's
Wow,
not a good
that's-
enough reason to bring the gutter balls.
That's a claim.
I would agree with him.
That's a claim. Bumper bowling is fun, and you can even like bounce it off the bumper.
Oh, yeah,
like,
but you're not
try to
trying
get
to
the
do that.
angle.
You're-
Maybe if you need to try to make like a 7-10 split, very difficult if you don't have the bumpers. But with the bumpers, you can like
Why
use
would it-
geometry. It's like pinball at
How
that
would
point.
the geometry of a 7-10 split be any different with the bumpers in?
Because you can like roll it
like-
off the bumper, it hits the thing, and it rolls the other way.
So you're so good that you could get that angle down with a double bounce on a ball, but you're so bad that you need the bumpers.
I'm saying you have a better chance at making
I don't think you do, because I think the bumpers go all the way down. That in order to complete a 7-10 split, you need to clip it. If you're going to go with the left-hand side, you need to clip it on the inside left so it bounces off the back and hits around. And I don't think you'd be able to do that with the bumpers in.
The bumpers slow the game down. The ball something that would just feed into the bunker. Just lollygags on the hose down the thing like my 4-year-old would do. I don't even have a 4-year-old. This is the worst idea. This is what no. Some of your ideas are like bad in my opinion, but they're not like embarrassing. They're just bad and not practical. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, this is really telling on yourself here.
I think bumper bowling is cool.
You also think Bryson's cool.
And I think it would be far more fun without the risk of gutter balls.
No, this is the sort of take where people will ask me in person, is Tim like a gimmick? Like, is Tim...
I don't like throwing gutter balls. It feels very embarrassing to have that 0.
Well, maybe
this takes gutter balls out of play.
So
It means you're going to...
Maybe it should inspire you to be better.
You'll score more pins. You'll have more fun.
Why don't you use the two-handed between the knees like push drive that instead of the proper technique?
Granny throw.
The granny throw.
I don't throw it that way.
You should, because apparently you're throwing everything else in the gutter.
You're so afraid of being embarrassed with a gutter ball.
It takes that stress away, and then you can just like have fun. Oh, you're a little errant. That's okay. It'll bounce back and hit some pins.
But if we're so worried about like how stressful is it? You're just there to have fun. Why is it so stressful?
It's more fun.
Tim,
It's more fun to knock down pins.
Tim, I'm going to say this in the most polite way possible, while also being as respectful as possible to Pat and his show and the audience, and not, really offending anything.
It's time.
I want everyone right now to picture what the adult in their mid 30 to 40s using gutter balls is probably dealing with on a daily life, on like a daily basis.
I don't know. Like a normal person? What are you trying to insinuate? I don't understand it.
I think everyone understands what I like. Someone like you are, let's just say 40 years old, flirting with 40 to round it out. You don't want to be on that field trip that has gutter ball.
You're gonna what at what age in your life are you gonna switch to Velcro shoes?
As soon as I can.
Why don't you just do it right now?
Why don't you just do the Skechers slip-ins? My dad.
That's what I'm wearing as we speak. That's what I'm wearing as we speak. And Paul has a pair, and he and I have chatted at some length about how amazing they are.
I haven't gone the route, but I even look at my 80-year-old dad, 80 plus. I'm like envious. I'm like, I really should just do it. Like, why aren't I doing it?
It's
the
such a great
same reason that I don't want to golf with gutter blockers bowl. With the air balloons.
No, but the golf version would be, and this would be cool, if you could push a button and nets came up around the woods, so that if your ball were to hit them.
What's the point of playing at this point?
Just for fun. It's more fun when you don't lose the ball. It's more fun when the ball doesn't go in the gutter.
Then go play at a fucking simulator.
No, it's just
you can play at the bowling simulator. You can play at the golf simulator.
You're not going to do this for the club championship.
Yeah, but you're not even playing to get better. You're playing to just.
I don't want to be embarrassed. I'm not going bowling to try to get better. I would play bowl. I'd bowl once every 5 years. So if I'm going to go
better about yourself, but you look down on teeing it forward.
And I don't think, and this will be controversial, I think if you shoot a 220 with the bumpers up, you don't have to tell people you had the bumpers up. I don't think you have to tell them that. I think you scored 220 when you
think you could shoot a 220 with bumpers?
I think so. With
I would take bumpers. The big under on that.
With bumpers, I think
the big under on that.
I think I could with bumpers.
What do you think, Geoff? What do you think the score would be? Tim bumpers. And we'll even do regular bowling, not the candlestick pins that we have around here.
What?
This is like when they, and the defense opens up for the Make-A-Wish kid and just let him score a touchdown.
It is. You're playing Make-A-Wish bowling.
No, it's not that. It's
my wish in life, it's not to meet Joe Namath, who won a Super Bowl for my team. It's to not throw gutter balls and have stress at bowling.
I would bowl more often if the expectation was there wouldn't be gutters.
Maybe you could try to get better.
But I don't play enough to need to get better.
But it sounds like you need to play way more to get better.
Well, yeah. So I don't have any interest in getting better. I just want to go and have fun.
But you just said you would play more if you were better.
I think I would
Isn't there
I'd be more
like a
interested.
seniors ladies league you can join?
Not with bumpers.
No, they probably play it almost as serious as Walter does.
Oh, Tim, I'm telling you, this was not a good one.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree. People want to play bumper bowling. They don't know it, perhaps, but like part of my job as the tribune of the people
No, it's the
is to
same
remind
reason
people what would be good for them if
Tim,
they don't
it's
realize
the-
it, and bumper bowling would be good for them.
It's the same reason that like people probably don't even play the right tee boxes because they've got an ego, and it's no, it's actually different because you should never like playing the wrong tee boxes is wrong, and you should be encouraged to play forward. But this bumper ball thing is like a whole next level of
It's for children.
It's for fun.
It's for children.
It's for fun.
It's for children who literally do not have the coordination to pick up a ball and roll it completely straight.
Well, maybe I don't have the coordination not to throw it in the gutter a lot.
Well, I'm
You
sorry
need the
to tell you,
credit.
bowling's
You
not
know
for
what?
you.
Pat's right. Like you want it's like a 6-year-old birthday party. The gutters are up. Like Tim needs to be glad-handed, like a 6-year-old.
Does a pizza party come with the ordering of the bumpers like
no,
it does at a kid's birthday party?
It doesn't. It
Orange
doesn't.
pop, orange pop.
What about glow bowling?
I've never done.
Oh, he would be stressed out at glow in the dark bowling.
I've never done that.
You think hitting the
Cosmic
bumpers is
bowling.
tough in regular conditions?
Cosmic bingo is hard enough.
Is it?
Like
What's
it's dark.
cosmic bingo?
It's like when they do it in the dark with lights.
You go into a lot of cosmic bingo?
No, I don't. But I would if I were retired.
Well,
If I were retired, there's so many more fun things I would do with my
give us a list. Give us a list of 5 things right now that you would do if you were retired.
I would belong to a bowling league.
Why? With bumpers?
Yes. to start
I
with.
don't think those exist.
I would belong
I
to a
asked the
walking
people
club.
A picture of the league, actually, if the one that where it should exist.
No.
I would belong to a walking club. I'd belong to a lunch club.
What do you do at lunch club?
You just get together once a week with people and you have lunch at different restaurants. And like you pick it this week, and then I pick it the next week, and then someone else picks it the week
I
after.
imagine you being in that place and like the restaurant, someone would suggest you're like, no,
Tim,
I can't eat there.
this literally just sounds like my buddies who like work near each other who text, "You want to meet for lunch today?"
Yeah, I don't understand what's preventing you from doing any of these things already.
Well-
What are 2 more things to round out your top 5?
I would be able to go to like the gym and the pool at non-busy hours, which would be a lot of fun.
That's true. That's,
mean,
you get a golf at like really random.
And I could play golf all the time and play it at a good hour.
So you're just living my life?
Yeah, like there's all kinds of. If I were retired, life would be pretty sweet.
No, that there's
You could go to the gym at you just go at like 6 a.m.
But like I want to go at like 11 a.m.
yeah, no, I know what he means. Like the crew that like the regulars that tee off every day at like 10 or 11. It is like they don't have to be the first ones out. They're not in a rush. It's like a group. They're always out there. At least where
Yeah.
I golf. It's like
Like
the
you tee
same-
off at 9 o'clock, you play 9, you have lunch, you play the back 9. It's the same people. You get into a groove. It'd be a lot of fun.
These are the worst people at every golf club, by the way. It's the reason why I can no longer play between 9 and noon because these people play 7-hour rounds.
I can easily see myself being like 83 years old and like being the person who holds on to a social membership just so he can have lunch on Wednesday afternoon.
So you're the person. You're the reason that I can't get into the club that I want to because there's too many of these people still fucking
I
alive for me
suspect
to join.
I would be one of those people. Yes, I suspect that my natural tendencies would lead me that way. Retired life would be pretty sweet.
I mean, it sounds exactly like your life now. It's just you don't belong to a walking club,
Or a
you
lunch club.
Listen. You don't think you could have lunch club at work?
No, but I like just a random no, not the same way. Like on a Wednesday afternoon, it's like a 2-hour lunch, something like that.
You could do that at work and just have a 1-hour lunch instead.
No, just these are the things
What
that
are you doing at a 2-hour lunch?
you get an appetizer, you chat, stuff like that.
You could also do it on the weekend.
Everything
It
is
doesn't have to
too
be
busy.
on a Wednesday.
Everyone's too
Tim,
busy
is
on
this
the
one
weekend.
of those things where like the guys you have lunch with, everyone's responsible for writing down some topics?
I could go to the grocery store at non-peak hours. I could go to Costco at non-peak hours.
There is no such thing as non-peak hours at Costco.
There are busier and less busy times.
Like you
where
go
they're
when
not
it
like back.
You go when it opens. There's people lined up to get in.
Well,
true.
but that doesn't matter because they're not lined up to get out at that point. It's all about the lineup to get out.
Yeah,
that
but you
causes
don't
the problem.
you don't strike me as an incredibly efficient shopper.
I'm not.
I don't understand how Tim goes from like having all the time in the world to having like always making it like it's a rush.
I don't want
or-
to. I don't like it when it's busy around me. I like it when it's just like quieter and I can do my own thing without there being a madding crowd around.
It sounds like you should just live in the middle of nowhere, not a city,
Anyway, my point is retired life would be pretty sweet.
because you could join a walking club and eat lunch.
That'd be great. That would be great.
These are your retirement goals.
They would be things that I would do. Yes.
Let's move on to the late set of games. The game that you wanted to talk about the most was Indianapolis at the LA Rams. Your game of the day. Rams favored by 3.5 points coming off an all-time bad beat, devastating cover loss to anyone who bet on the Rams last week. 49.5 is the total. Feel like it's not a hinge game for the Colts because it doesn't really matter if they win or lose as long as they keep dummying their division. But I feel like this is a hinge game for them to see if they're real or not.
So is it a trampoline game then?
No, it's like a gut check. It's like a real acid test.
Yeah, it's a barometer of where they're really
Where they
at.
are. Like if the Colts are actually going to be like a 2-seed quality AFC team, these are the types of games they go on the road and they win. Are they going to be this early Saturday afternoon one and done playoff team, or are they going to be a team that are going to compete in the AFC? Like if they can win this game, then they're really making a statement. Like they're really saying something about themselves. And I think they're going to, because I think the Rams have not been that impressive. They looked, even when they were dominating Philadelphia early, they were kicking field goals and not scoring touchdowns. McVay was regressing to not taking chances. And
He doesn't love chances.
and that's the reason they lost the football game. It wasn't the blocked field goal. It was the fact that it was 26-7 and not 34-7 at the end of the half, the way it ought, or after the fumble touchdown at the start of the third quarter. McVay did not take advantage when you have to take advantage to put teams away. They didn't do it. Indianapolis has been incredibly impressive. And I see no reason to think that a road dome doesn't go into the Rampede and take care of business. And so it's one of the few dogs I like this week, but I like the Colts.
Jeffrey, the Colts are 14-1 to be the 1 seed in the AFC. Looking at their schedule, I think they're this year's Vikings.
They go to SoFi twice in a month.
Yeah, they go to SoFi twice in a month. Those are their 2 hardest games, and they have at the Chiefs, at the Seahawks. Like, if they're actually good, they should. And I'm saying they're going to beat the Seahawks in Seattle. That's a very winnable game for them if they're actually good.
Yeah, I mean, it's still unknown. I think we all agree they're not going to like bottom out like last year's Saints, but how good they actually are, I'm still interested in. This is a tough one for me. I'm actually going to lean the Rams here. I just trust them so much. I trust Sean McVay. I don't really have an interest in actually betting this game, but I don't know that the Colts are going to pass this test.
I'm with the Colts with you.
Okay.
I think the Colts can win this game. The Rams look really good for 4 drives a game, and then they look awful for the rest of the drives.
Yeah, I just don't trust them.
The Rams play on Thursday next week, so I don't like that, to be honest.
The Rams play the 49ers next in week 5 on Thursday Night Football.
Hey, Tim, I'll be just because we're on the Colts. I'm trying to get my tickets for the Colts-Chargers game next month, where I'm going to be in San Diego. And I saw at the top of the page, it says, "Be careful." Just so notice that this game could be flexed.
So what else are they? What game? Well, yeah, it says that because we're getting to the point of schedule where any game could be
starting
flexed.
in week 6. I think there's flexes, and in week 7, like Colts Chargers might not be good enough for a network to block, and I think it's Falcons versus someone in Sunday Night Football, and I'm worried if it gets flexed. It's not good for my scheduling of a trip. I'll be honest.
Well, you're thinking it may get flexed into Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, if they both keep winning, and it's possible. Like, why would you protect that game with those markets? So
What's the Sunday night game that week?
it's the Atlanta versus someone else who's like maybe the legal, but I hope it doesn't. Anyway, I don't mean to. Sorry, let's move on. Sorry.
That's October 19th. That game is going on, and it's very possible that could be like a 6-1 Chargers or 7-0 Chargers against a 6-1 Colts going into the game.
And that won't be America's game of the week either. Well, I'm looking at the schedule too. I mean, if the Falcons continue to play really poorly, like they're 1-2, if the Falcons are like 2-6 at that point, yeah, that's a possible flex. I mean, they can also now flex Sunday games into Thursday as well, We saw that last year. We saw a game flexed on a Thursday. But
Was
I
it?
think, yeah,
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, you can do it, but I think you've got to give 4 weeks notice for a Thursday flex. So you may be in the clear on that.
Did they flex them out because it was like, oh God, not the Jets again?
I don't know who it was. I think a Seattle game was flexed in, but I can't remember.
So Indy for you and I, the Rams for Geoff and the coin. That brings us to Jacksonville and San Francisco. It's Niners by 347 is the total. Nick Bosa done for the season for the 49ers. Looks like Purdy is playing in this game. It looks like Juwan Jennings is going to be back for this game as well. So the Niners getting slightly healthier, although you seem to think that there was no difference between Purdy and Mac Jones. And Mac Jones is hurt too.
With the weapons that they've got right now. I mean, if they return, sure, but I'm still skeptical what kind of shape they'll even be in. I said this Sunday, I say it now, I think Jacksonville's has got to be the side here. San Francisco has looked completely unimpressive for 3 weeks. And the Jags have looked good and bad. And you can't really trust Jacksonville, but I'm just going to play against the 49ers who I don't trust, and I will take Jacksonville.
I'm taking the Niners minus for 3, Geoff. With the drops that just seem to be contagious with Jacksonville at this point, I did see that they are the team with the highest pass rate over expectation and game flow. So there's one of these games where they're going to connect and score a ton of points. So maybe you're right, then this is the game where it happens. I still just think that, as funny as it sounds, getting Saleh back for the 49ers was huge.
Look, I don't disagree with that at all. Saleh's one of the, if not the best defensive coach in football. So having him back is a coup.
And their defense has been good through 3 weeks. And their offense has been good enough. If they can start getting and if they get 2 of the pieces back, including their quarterback this week, it should help some of the problems.
If they want a pass rusher to replace Bosa, the Jets are 0-4. We've got people. Offer us some first-round picks. You want Will McDonald? You can have him. First-round pick.
I don't think he would command a first-round pick.
He was a first-round pick.
I get there's a lot of people that were first-round picks.
He's been playing at a really high level. We trade him for a first-round pick.
If you have a fire sale, Tim, you want to trade me a running back?
Yeah, sure. You can have you can have Allen.
Yeah. I think the Chargers could be looking for another running back.
You want a first-round pick for him, too?
No, we're not going to get a first-round pick.
Braylon Allen, what would it take for the Chargers to get him?
Probably like a third, and then we also give them like our 5th.
Feel like you could just sign a running back.
Maybe.
And it would be fine, Geoff.
Maybe. I'm going to side with you here, Pat, but like the game we just spoke about, I don't really have too strong of an opinion. I just trust the 49ers more, so I'll lay this number with them.
The move might actually be, I know I took Indy in the last game, just to load up on these, like take Seattle. I mean, that's an in-division game. But the NFC West just might be the best division.
None of them have looked any good. I mean, they have the win, so I give them that.
And they played Carolina and the Saints like cross a few times.
Yeah, I think there's huge question marks about all 4 of those teams.
Yeah, but no one thinks any of those teams are actively bad.
No.
Like Arizona's may not be great. Or
they're not awful.
Good.
No, there's no awful team in that division, I don't think. Yeah. Interesting. Although I have both the South teams against the West teams here. So
yeah, I think we agree that the AFC South just probably isn't good.
Yeah, but not as bad as we thought it was.
Maybe.
Not as bad as we thought it was. I think both Jacksonville and Indianapolis have shown real fight, and the Texans have talent. They just have to turn the ship around.
Yeah, I mean, the Colts also won a game that they shouldn't have won, and they beat the Dolphins and Titans, who were both 0-3.
Yeah, no, that's true.
The Chargers are 3-0, and they haven't even played an AFC South game yet because they play the whole group.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read that off your cup like Emerson had? Looking at the
I
schedule?
love that. I'll tell you this. You guys know if I was a local, I definitely, whatever Circle K, Buc-ee's, chicken finger spot that was selling the team commemorative cup, I'd be reading off it also.
From the fever to the Colts, Indiana teams are having themselves a year, is a headline about the Colts. I mean, I guess the Pacers made the NBA Finals, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's Indiana's time to shine.
Good for them.
And the college team is a
Oh, yeah, they beat Illinois like by a ton.
Baltimore and Kansas City. Let's move on to that game.
I have a really strong opinion in this game, actually.
Well, the Chiefs are 2.5-point dogs. It's 48.5 is the total. What's your hot take here?
This is a must-win for Kansas City. It's anything but a must-win for the Ravens because the Ravens are in a division that's perhaps actually the worst in football. The Bengals have got nothing without Burrow. The Steelers are a bad team, generally speaking, and the Browns can't score. So, like, them going 1-3 right now isn't that perilous to their chances to win the division and make a move. The Chiefs are 1-2. The Chargers and Broncos are playing good football.
The Broncos aren't really playing good.
They're
playing better than the Chiefs.
The Chargers could legit beat 4-0 them going into this game, and like the Chiefs would be like 3 back, 2.5.
I don't think the Chiefs.
This is a must-win for the Chiefs.
The Chiefs aren't playing for the division anymore.
Well,
they're playing for a wild card.
I think they still,
It
in their
flips
mind, they
quickly,
are.
man.
I think the Chiefs have got to have this game, and I don't think the Ravens need to have this game. Like, obviously, they want it, but like the Ravens are fine at 1-3 given their circumstances and the schedule they have after this. They have a front-loaded schedule to play the Bills, the Lions, and the Chiefs in the first 4 weeks. So the Chiefs got to have this game. They got to have it.
Yeah,
and
but there's a lot of teams that, I mean, listen, last week that the Dolphins really needed that game against Buffalo.
The Chiefs are not the Dolphins. The Chiefs are a team that every single one of us had making the playoffs. Most people had winning the division. Like this is a must-win game. And if the Chiefs offense is ever going to get right, this is the opponent against whom you should get right on a short week. The Ravens coming to Arrowhead. I love Kansas City.
You said this is a get right spot?
This is not. It's good. It's a get right spot for their offense against a defense that has real trouble. And I think their defense, which has probably played better than expected over the first 3 weeks, should be able to stymie Baltimore enough that this is like a 27-20 Chiefs win.
I'm gonna pick Baltimore, even though I hope the Chiefs. I don't know. I guess probably hope Baltimore wins. I'm gonna pick Baltimore. I just feel like if the Chiefs, we've already maybe seen a couple times this year that I don't think the Chiefs are done, but there are teams in a higher class that are going to be licking their lips to punch these guys in to give these guys a Rochambeau sort of situation. I trust Baltimore after a really ugly early season game, and we've seen them have a few of those over the years, and they always bounce back. I'll be watching this game with some golf, and I'm already smiling thinking about it. I'm gonna have a great day.
Yeah, just thinking about when the Chiefs are going to get their at least offensive weapons back. Worthy should be back next week. I think that the Bills game in early November at the Bills is when they get Rashee Rice back. If their defense can continue to hold, even if they lose this game against the Ravens, I think they're done in the division. But if they can just squeak to that game 3-5, 4-4, I think they're fine. Like there's no one running away with like the 6-7 seed in the AFC right now.
No.
It's all the AFC has some bad teams.
I just assume the Chiefs just have a higher standard than that.
They should, but I mean, at some point, you're 3.5 games behind the
No,
division
I get
after
it.
3 weeks, and now you're playing the Ravens. I like the Ravens in this spot. Just
Okay.
I don't know if there's a defense that can prevent the Ravens right now from scoring 30 points. Even if they're a good defense, I think the Ravens will find a way to score. It's can the offense for Kansas City match that? And nothing I have seen so far this year would indicate yes.
So Tyquan Thornton could have like 3 touchdowns.
Well, I know you're big on Tyquan Thornton, are you?
Well, he's
After
the deep
shit
threat.
talking him.
He's proven himself to be the deep threat that the Chiefs can actually use. So, what can I say?
Jared.
2 questions, one for you, one for Tim. Do you trust the Ravens to win this game after what happened with Buffalo? And Tim, if they lose, do you have them making the playoffs? Because I'm not sure they get to 11 wins.
They don't need to though. They need to get to 10.
10-7 probably gets you in, but there's a very real chance they could have 9.
I think they could
Yeah,
win
but
that
who's
division
winning
with
the
9
North?
games. It's,
The Ravens, you mean?
The Ravens would win the North with 9 games.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
9 or 10 wins max is all you're going to need in the AFC North, probably.
It actually would be comical how short the Ravens' odds to win the division would be, even if they lose this game.
I would agree, which is why I like Kansas City in the game. I just think Kansas City's got to have it.
I think that they gotta have it. I think Baltimore's better right now.
And
I mean, so do the books, obviously, but
And I totally disagree with the notion the Chiefs aren't like paying attention, like will have given up on the division. This shit flips. You can make 2 games back
he's
in the
playing
day.
possum now.
Listen, I'm not saying that they've given up on winning the division. I'm just looking at an assessment of it right now. I think that the division's it's getting out of reach already.
Particularly if the Chargers win and they lose this week, yeah, it's not impossible, but that becomes an extremely steep hill to climb.
But even if they're 1-3, I think their odds of making the playoffs would probably still be even money or something. It's probably a good bet.
yeah, they'd have to go like 9-4 in their last 13, which is certainly doable.
Well, they end the year after they get the Bills at the beginning of November. Then they go Broncos, Colts, Cowboys, Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. Like there's 4 wins right there.
They still have the Lions, too.
They do have the Lions. That was one of the games that I was going to give them as a loss. They have like the Jags and Raiders and Commanders 3 of the next 4 weeks after this.
I don't know. They lose this game. The Jags
thing
can
is,
get them too.
last year, the Chiefs should have been like 1-3 in September, but no one actually nutted up for a moment.
It does seem like that shine is off of them. People are not. It's
Definitely.
It's like when Tiger finally stopped being Tiger, and then people could start beating him head to head. That's how it is with the Chiefs in this iteration. Now, maybe
If it is like an end of the road in a rocky season, I think anyone who watches the show like can understand that that's something I would obviously enjoy, and I'll take great pleasure in like Kelsey and Reed every time they like start yelling at each other.
okay. Bears at Vegas.
Oh boy.
Vegas is now a 1-point favorite in this game. That flipped from Sunday. The Bears opened, I believe, as 1-point
Yeah,
favorites.
I don't understand it.
You know, I can tell you why.
Go ahead.
I'm joking, but it's low hanging fruit. Well, because they got scouted last week by the owners.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're going to really enjoy the thumbnail for this show, Geoff.
No, sure. Listen, why doesn't every team in the league just hire commentators to be consultants? Like, let's do it. I don't know. I don't actually have I don't know that I'm going to have a real, well, I'll force a bet or two. At the moment, there's no 4:00 game that I actually want to bet real money on. I lean the Raiders here in a high scoring, fun game. What? Oh, can I see it?
Well, sort of. I have to hold up my...
No, you know what? I'm one of the people. I'll see it with the people.
Your face goes on this person much better than it went on to Luke Donald. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I didn't even see that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Euro kits yet, Geoff? They look so nice.
We're talking
Yes.
about Chicago and Vegas.
I'm sorry.
Do not derail this.
Sorry.
Are you taking Vegas, Geoff?
I'm taking Vegas in a fun, high-scoring game that I have no interest in betting.
Can Chicago get home on the worst offensive line in the league? If
Yes.
they can, then they can win.
And I think they will. And I like the Bears.
I don't know if they can get home is the problem.
I think we're going to see the Bears score quite a few points. And, you know, maybe the Raiders will too. But, like, the Raiders scored a bunch of points in that game was sort of out of reach.
Sure, but Washington was getting home every time.
And, like, the Raiders were incredibly turgid and dour in their first 2 performances, even though they won one of those games. I've been very disappointed in their performance through 3 weeks. I thought they would play better football.
Who?
And they haven't. The Raiders. I thought they would like be a genuine competitor to maybe even make
But
a playoff
if the Chargers
spot.
and Washington are really good, then maybe the Raiders have just had a really hard start.
Maybe. That could be. But what I've seen from them makes me think, I don't know. That team doesn't seem to quite have the spark I thought they might.
Well, they can't block.
It's a problem. I will take
They're not
the
a very
Bears here.
good team, and they've been playing good teams, and they won a road game to start the year. I think they're exactly
Okay.
what they are. Like, I would argue I'm not a Raiders guy, but I would argue they'll start to look better once they start playing in a class that they're in.
You could be right. And so, like, I don't feel super strong about it, but I just feel like the Bears probably should be favored. They're probably the better team, and I like them.
I think that people just got to sniffing their own farts on Caleb Williams.
Well, I
after
don't think
last
he's that
week
good.
a
I don't
little
think
bit.
he's as good as he
No,
showed.
but I think that's why it flipped back the other way. I think
Dallas
there was
is
that initial
injured.
excitement. People were like, "Yeah."
Dallas was just
Look what
is
the
just
Giants did
pitiful.
to Dallas. Like, Dallas,
There
you
you
almost
have it.
write off in
There
terms
you
of
have
what
it.
you did defensively. Like, what that quarterback did versus them doesn't even get credit if Russell Wilson's torching you and Caleb. I like Caleb. Got him in my home league. I love that shit. I think he's going to be great in fantasy to just muck me points because the coach is always going to try to convince people he's the smartest guy on the planet, and that'll play well for fantasy.
He
So-
really he is Drake May-esque in fantasy. He's been very good in fantasy.
I believe it. I don't own him, but I could totally see it. Of course, he played phenomenally for fantasy last week.
Yeah, I think every week he's been really good.
Yeah, because they did score a bunch to start the game against the Vikings. That's
Yeah, and
true.
they scored 24, I think,
against the Lions.
And
Yeah,
I think they were all a product of him
Yeah.
somehow. I mean, Adunze has 4. After you lipped Adunze at our draft, he has 4 touchdowns in 3 weeks.
yeah, he's doing all right. Of course, I benched DJ Moore, and he scores a touchdown.
Packers at Dallas, Sunday Night Football.
Ugh.
There's something fishy about this that I really want to lock this in. I love Green Bay.
I do too.
Like by a billion in this game.
I do too.
47.5 is the total. 6.5 is the spread. Dallas's offense can't operate without CeeDee Lamb at all, and he's not playing. And they have no one to stop the Packers.
Nope.
And now they have no offense to help score with the Packers.
It's a pretty dire situation.
It's a real problem.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's the Dallas tax for picking Dallas.
I don't understand why it's so low, Jeff. Is it because the Packers lost to the Browns last week?
This is like one of two options for the Superlock. Every box is checked for the Packers, and you know they will like run up the fucking score here. Right, and like almost this solidarity thing with their new leader versus the Cowboys. So Packers alts, like Packers alts to the Bills spread. That's the sort of shit I'll be doing Sunday night. Hopefully pressing my Europe money, but maybe chasing it because US mollywops them. We'll see.
Like, what am I missing here with this 6.5 point spread?
Just that Jordan Love looked very human last week.
He also played one of what might be the best defense in football.
And that Dallas has an offense that can score some points. I don't know. I can't make the case.
I mean, their offense didn't look very good against the worst defense in the league last week the moment Lamb went down.
I can't make the case. I'm not trying to. I don't understand it either. I have Green Bay.
You got to get Kevontae Turpin involved.
Well, now, there's somebody who every time there's a kickoff is exciting.
I agree.
They are going to demolish them.
This is what I worry about, though. Who is going to have another opinion rather than Green Bay is going to demolish Dallas in this game? That's what I worry about.
Cam.
Let's try to work out the path. Because when I made the case for the Browns last week, I think I came up with what happened in the game, like how that came to fruition, is that they would get to Love, they could take away everything besides the deep pass in that game, and that's exactly what they did. They shut down Jacobs, they shut down intermediate passing, and they were Love's face the entire game. Now, if we parse that to this game, what does Dallas do to Green Bay? Like, what's their trump card?
I'll tell you, every time they get the ball, they kick a 79-yard field goal, and they're just putting points up at every opportunity every time. They only have to get 10 yards to get points.
Script some good plays. Play like they did against the Eagles to start the season, where they have a couple of successful drives to start, and then just have enough points to hang on to cover, I guess.
But I feel like that was just a lot of that was Lamb driven.
I agree.
Like without Lamb there, their offense doesn't really make any sense.
Pickens.
Well, you just throw him jump balls all game and hope he makes ridiculous catches and then not takes penalties after?
I don't get it. I think it's kind of free money.
Well, I don't like to hear that.
It does seem like it.
Don't like to hear that.
It kind of seems like it, which is a problem.
Is Kenny Clark even playing in this game? Does he get his revenge against Green Bay? Because he got hurt on Sunday.
I don't know.
Yeah, Clark and Diggs both left the game in the third quarter.
Not good.
No. It didn't matter if they had them or not. The defense couldn't stop anyone.
It's going to be tough.
So they might be.
That has to break 7. It has to break 7.
Is it going on your money line parlay?
I actually crossed them off earlier, so no.
How come?
I don't know why, and I think I should add them. So let's put them on.
We'll put them on.
I'll cross this other team off that doesn't need to be there.
The Jets?
No, Denver. I'll just cross them.
You sure it's not the Jets? Because they're playing on Monday Night Football. Come along for a watch along on Mayo Media Network. Me, Cust, and a slew of Dolphins friends. Do you want to come on, Jeff? You're welcome to come on.
I'll do a guest hit. I'm so confused. We haven't done Denver yet.
That's the second Monday night game.
That's the second Monday night game.
Sorry.
And they overlap this time. They're not not consecutive. They're at the same time, an hour apart.
But if you want to pretend like that game isn't happening, like Jeff has already done, you're going to want to tune into our live commentary.
It's going to be an awful game anyway. So watch the Jets, because at least the Jets and Dolphins will be entertaining. It'll be dumb. It'll be poorly coached. It'll contain, head-scratching decisions, dances.
Tim, what do you think you're going to do when you actually win a game if that's like the dance? I support the dance. I didn't get a chance to speak on it. That's just pure adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
Like the energy of your body takes over. Like if you asked Aaron Glenn, he'd be like, that was an uncontrollable
moment of excitement.
Yeah, like he could even blame that on like momentary Tourette's. Like he could not control that. That's just what the body
to block it,
just like you. We got a video of you doing exactly the same thing.
I was extremely excited.
Yes!
How can you not be? Those plays happen so rarely, and for it to happen for your team in that spot, it was electric. That was
the Chargers could make like a huge play. I'd be like around my group of friends, like a play of that magnitude, and I would have like my body would do a dance move that I could not do on repeat.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't even know what I like. It was just the adrenaline of the insides just taking over my movements.
We're getting Fields here, right?
I don't know. I don't think we'll know for a few more days.
I don't think the line will actually tell us anything about that anyway. I think it moves. Do you?
I like the Jets here.
Okay, so does the coin.
The Dolphins shouldn't be laying 2.5 points into anybody. And even though they're coming off super long rest, given that they played Thursday, now Monday, of course, the league does that to me when I have to play a Monday night game, and then doesn't even give me a solo Monday night game. They have to give me a secondary Sunday night game. But who's bitter? I guess we deserve it after last year. The Dolphins are in disarray, and I don't think that the Jets can score against bad defenses, as we've seen. And if they just don't commit atrocious penalties, they can put up points. I think they're going to win the game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it'll be dumb, but I think it'll be interesting. And I expect the Jets to get off the bat to win a game. It doesn't matter. We're not going anywhere this year. But to go 1-3, at least we get the win against the Dolphins. It would be super sweet if this was the game that sent McDaniel packing. After ruining their season in Week 18 last year, then to ruin their season in Week 4 this year to send them McDaniel packing. That would be pretty nice. After what the Dolphins have done to us the last couple of years, to try to get some revenge back would be nice.
What's going on Reddit? Dolphin Reddit.
Well, I haven't been there as often the last couple of days because they played on Thursday. So I don't know. I really don't know what they're up to right now.
I'll be honest, full disclosure, I asked Tim a question, like someone like, I've never been to the restaurant, but I was curious if they were serving a dish. I snuck into Tim's DMs and I'm like, just out of curiosity, Tim, are they talking about like Herbert?
And there was a thread.
Dolphins Twitter, because I saw a lot of it on Dolphins Reddit, because I saw a lot of it.
There was a thread,
Reddit.
and there were competing camps, and they were quite querulous.
Garion has committed to doing this watch along with us, so we'll have Geoff. If any of my friends are out there who are Dolphins fans, you know who you are. Slip into my DMs. We'll get you on the show to hang out with Tim and watch the game. The top post on Dolphins Reddit right now, the hottest post, is just fire everyone, bench Tua, and it just has Miami Dolphins eliminated from playoff contention.
So you have no idea how happy that makes me to hear that. That's great. If I have to be miserable, as long as they're also miserable, and Patriots Reddit, that was a very dark place on Sunday and Monday. They were not happy to the point where like people were like calling other people out saying, hold on, let's not make this the end of the world here. I was in a bad place. Not really. Like it was a fun loss. It was like a moral victory. To see those other teams sort of spiraling brings me some modicum of happiness.
But you're 0-3, but 2 of your losses have been fun.
Well, that's it. We're going to be fun, but not that great. Which,
so fun and sadness.
Yeah, fun and sadness. I can live with that. Like I didn't have super high hopes for the season to begin with, so fun and sadness is okay.
The Dolphins.
The latest post on Jets Reddit says the only merch I need. It's a Jets logo that says rebuilding since 1970.
Oh, well, ain't that the truth? But as long as we beat the Patriots and the Dolphins 3 out of 4 times we play them, I'll be happy.
And any good Jets fans know with this Dom Toretto pick, it doesn't matter if you lose by 1 or 100. Losing is losing.
Well, that's true. Don't want to lose this game. I really would like to have this game, please.
Dolphins and Jets flex to Comedy Central.
I saw that. That's funny. Well, that's fine. It is a joke of a game between 2 joke teams. But it's good to see Miami floundering as well.
I'll take Miami. I feel like they could just turn around and hand the ball to A-Chain 98 times. As long as he doesn't get hurt, he's going to be effective.
We'll see. We got something in the works.
I'm taking the Jets, and it's strictly on like vibes of like a coach trying to get his first win versus a coach who, the guys fought, and I don't blame. Like he seemed like McDaniel actually coached his ass off last Thursday. But it's like the beginning of the line versus the end of the line, and give me the beginning of the line. Give me the Jets. And Pat, you'll probably have so many great guests, you won't need me. But if you figure out your schedule and there's a block, like I'll happily join you guys on Monday. But I think, like I think you'll. I probably, if I had to guess, I think you won't even need me. But I'll do it.
Listen, it's not going to be structured like Pizzola's watch-alongs. It's the more the merrier on the line.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll drop in for a bit.
The second Monday Night Football game is Cincinnati at Denver. Denver tap. They're favored by 7.44 is the total. This isn't going to be a good game for your boy Jake Browning, is it?
My boy. Yeah, no, I expect them to get crushed.
You were blaming tight end fumbles on him.
I just stand by my statement that the Bengals should cut him. Well, not cut him. It should bench him. They should not play him.
But the question is, who do they bench him for?
Anybody else could play that poorly.
Didn't they sign Mike White last week? Your
Great.
boy?
You know I like Mike White. You put Mike White in there, that team's got a chance. He's electric.
I've heard that story before.
That man's got a jersey in the Hall of Fame.
Now, what about when he was going to replace Tua and you said that, oh my God, could you imagine going from Tua to him?
I don't think I ever said
You
that.
did.
I've always been very pro Mike White, even when he played for the Dolphins. So
What about the Bills?
I think I've always been very pro Mike White. I think he's actually a very good player.
Why? Why would you think that?
Because he was we were going to make the playoffs that year if he hadn't gotten hurt. It was a complete energizing factor, and they were.
He had that one game against the Colts.
No,
when he
and then
went
they beat
off.
the Bears the next week, and then he got hurt, and he tried to come back, but he couldn't do it, and he was like, unlike some quarterbacks, he actually comes back when he's hurt, and he was very ennobling, and I was very proud for him to be on my team. Anyway, we're talking about a player who's not going to play, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Brett Rippon is the backup quarterback.
Sure, play him. I don't know how much worse you can be.
Former Jets legend Brett Rippon.
I don't see how this game is a whole lot different from the Minnesota Bengals game in terms of like structure. You're going into a very tough place against a team that has really good skill players, that has a coach who's better than your coach. So it all sets up for disaster for Cincinnati. I like the Broncos here.
I'm going to take Cincinnati.
Okay.
I feel like I can't take Green Bay and Denver
Why not?
as a part of this. Because one of these games is going to get, because everyone's going to take Denver in this game too.
It's a pretty good teaser.
So I'm trying to think through.
Tease them both.
Listen, I might take Denver in Survivor. Like I get that. I just think this game might be closer. The one, like if Dallas had Lamb, I could see making the case that they cover the spread.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals still have Chase. They still have Higgins. They still have Chase Brown. It's not working at the moment, but they still have those guys. And if Jamar Chase just goes out and just has a Jamar Chase game, I don't care how good Surtain is, he's not going to stop him. Like that is still the one trump card that they have. And that Bo Nix has been, outside of like 3 really good drives against the Chargers last week in the second half, has looked pretty piss poor the entire year.
I'm not a big, huge Bo Nix fan. I never have been. But I just think this is a bad spot for the Bengals.
Like it's not a good spot.
No.
But if I'm trying to figure out a way how Cincinnati can win or cover this game, at least their playmakers who can score long touchdowns are still on this team.
Are we going to have this game on TV as well?
I mean, we're going to be sitting in that room, so there's 6 TVs.
Okay.
Might as well have it on.
Have the Blue Jays playoff game on probably.
What? There's no game on Monday.
Is there no game Monday? I know the season ends Sunday.
The season ends Sunday.
Oh, so when the first game is Tuesday?
Even, God forbid, they don't win if they don't win the division, they will not win a wild card game. They'll be done in 2.
Okay. Well,
you don't got to worry about it.
Yeah. Why worry?
We can throw on Dancing with the Stars for you so you can scout the people.
I just think I could do okay on the show. I'm just saying. I think I could do okay on the show.
Like Cam would maybe be able to figure it out. No chance.
I mean, Tim's athletic ability results in bumpers and bowling lanes.
That would be fun. It'd be fun.
I think this guy is the worst coach in the league with the worst defense in the league.
Brian Callahan's the worst coach in the league.
I kind of agree with Pat there.
Okay,
Geoff.
you're right.
Zach Taylor is one of.
You just said it. Zach Taylor, I'm pretty sure knows the rules, which was your barometer for
this
Brian
is a
Callahan.
tough one for me. Listen, because yes, I'm confident Taylor's the worst, but interjected into this debate is now a coach who might not know the rules. And I wasn't expecting that in my preseason worst rankings. I assumed they all knew the rules. The defense is so bad. There's no elite quarterback to save them. Sean Payton, they're just going to whip them. They're going to whip them. And you're right, Pat. Like, am I a little concerned if I made the money line parlay, like the Patriots, maybe put the Patriots on it, but the primetime money line with the Packers and this one, I'd be maybe a little paranoid, but I'm chalk enough to do it.
Listen, I think that Denver's going to win the game. I'm just trying to think about like how Cincinnati competes here. And they do have units in this game where they have the better unit. How's
their O-line?
Bad, really bad.
Did you know what Denver did to Herbert?
I do. I watched the game.
Yeah, like I was like worried about it. It was like shit, like having to play Denver is just not a fun draw. They got this number 9, a safety Hufunga, who plays as dirty as hell and tries to break and wrap ankles and break them and twist them.
You wouldn't know anything about that cheering for any teams you cheer for.
I do completely disagree with the assessment of number 3. I don't believe he's dirty.
Okay. Fair enough.
The league says otherwise.
Maybe, but I disagree.
Are you putting Denver on your parlay?
No, but Denver's off there. I have a 5-team parlay, and if I can include Europe, it would be 6.
You are
Wow. You would put him +1 like
I'm missing a team.
Chargers, Lions, Texans, Packers, Steelers.
That's 5.
Yeah, but if I could add Europe, it would be 6.
Oh, Europe and the Ryder
Yeah,
Cup.
if I could add Europe.
They're plus 175
I know.
now.
I know. That's
Were you surprised to see that grow, Geoff?
yeah, a little bit.
That
It's just a
worry
bunch
you?
of American bros who are all betting on Team USA, trying to feel all patriotic.
Probably from LA, dude.
Yeah, probably. Exactly. Just a bunch of surfers who come in off of a good wave and now are just going to bet on USA because Xander's there and they know him from California.
They're hanging 10 with the USA team?
Yeah, that's just USA steam money. That means nothing.
All my favorite players happen to play for Europe, and the only way you actually matter in Ryder Cup lore is by when you bring home a roadie, and I so badly want this core to get remembered in history, and I am literally obsessed with how European Ryder Golf, like the organization, how the connective tissue of the past is integrated into everything. They almost do a better job than the Yankees. That even the Montreal Canadiens might not do as good of a job as European Ryder Cup does about linking history.
You seem to be a very big fan of their social media team.
Oh my God. Oh, buddy, don't worry. Listen, it's not one on socials, but this thing didn't start till Friday. So we got 4 days where we need entertainment. And one team is dummying the other with content. The other side, they'll show you a clip of Benny Bombs. What the fuck?
Well, what are they going to do? Hype up his prescription glasses?
I don't know, but it's like one side has this, one side is crushing it, and the other's like, here, look at Benny Bombs.
Well, I don't even know this, but Europe is not even playing for any money.
That was the stupidest thing I heard all week. Like, who cares?
Yeah, I don't.
But the US are just mercenaries.
I don't care.
I want the
for
money. I'll take any motherfucker's money and they giving it away.
I'll tell you what it seems like Europe does. It seems like they all have their stipend that they all choose to not take, which is returned. And in turn, the organization and Luke Donald plan this like incredible summer camp for them, like with 5-star experiences for team bonding. It's like they pay to go to Ryder Cup camp. That's essentially what Team Europe has created. It's
my ideal scenario. Now, you say that's plus 175 for a win or a win or retain?
Three-way.
No, that's
So
with the tie market.
Because like, to me, the funniest would be if it's a tie and Europe retains, and all those New York fans have to go, you didn't really win. It's a tie. So I don't know why you're celebrating on the 18th green, but you didn't really win.
I'd rather them lose than tie.
Would you?
You'd rather Europe lose than tie?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't. I agree with you. It would be hilarious.
That counts as a roadie win, in my opinion. Retain's a win.
They do win. They retain.
They retain. They don't win. But
listen,
that to me is a win.
I watched enough Saturday Night Main Event and Superstars in the early 90s, Geoff, to watch like Shawn Michaels get some count-out loss. You know what? He's still the champ.
Yeah, he retains. Yeah, I can see the humor and the triggered like American fans by that. If they did tie, the rule would change. They would change the rule before the next one. They'll never tie again. The next tie will be the last tie to ever happen in the Ryder Cup.
Okay. That seems like a reasonable take.
What do you do then? Do you just nominate one person as like your guy? As a sudden death playoff?
And that should be Luke Donald and Keegan Bradley.
See, I agree with that, but that's why you'd start seeing like, oh, who's the new captain? Scotty.
Yeah, that's not fair. That would be a little like...
No, it would be like Scotty versus... It would be the ultimate scenario you could have. They'd be like, you nominate one player, and it's a single sudden death till someone wins. You get Rory versus Scotty in primetime for the Ryder Cup. That'd be awesome.
Or it's like shootout style. You can pick 3 guys.
I think they want to wrap. I think they want to wrap it up.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well then, one guy.
Are you taking Cincinnati or Denver in the 7? Geoff.
I think it's got to be Denver.
Okay, so I'm on Cincinnati Island here. Can't wait for them to lose by 50. Would not be a good teaser team.
No, would not be.
But we see stupid stuff on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
We almost saw it on Sunday Night Football last week with the Giants.
Yeah, they just couldn't take advantage of anything, and they didn't have a kicker, or they didn't have a holder for the kicker, and it was a whole thing.
Superlocks. I haven't won one yet this year, so that's not good.
I'm pot committed to the Steelers.
So you're taking the Steelers.
Yeah.
I want to take the Packers, but I'll take the Patriots.
Really? The Patriots?
Yeah. Watch.
You know they're not good, right?
Watch what happens next.
Well, watch what happens. They're going to outgain Carolina by 700 yards in this
He's gonna
game.
pick them in Survivor.
What's that?
He's going to pick them in Survivor.
Oh, that's a play.
No,
I mean,
I'm not. I'm not.
I'm going to take Green Bay minus 6.5 on the road
Oh, shoot.
against
Can I
Dallas.
yeah.
No, too late. I used it. You had your
No.
chance, and you said, "Oh,
No,
I
I
want to
did.
take the
We don't
I
have
want to
those
take Drake
rules,
Bortles and the
but
Patriots."
yeah, I forgot we're playing with 6.5. I see 7s a lot of places.
Coolbet.com. You can get a deposit bonus and quick payouts and a 6.5 right now, and a Matt Fitzpatrick boost to be top European at the Ryder Cup. Survivor, we're all still alive. We lost in the big Survivor that I'm doing. We lost 3,200 people last week. I lost one of my 6 teams. I took Atlanta for one of them.
I got all mine.
But for ours, I am still rolling here.
Texans.
You're taking the Texans. I mean, there's no better spot to do it.
No,
if you're
I
going
just
to
don't
do
see
it.
the same reason I picked Tampa last week is I couldn't imagine them losing, and they didn't.
They almost did.
I just can't imagine Houston going 0-4 and losing to the Tennessee Titans. So, Houston.
I'll take Green Bay. I don't know where. I mean, I'm sure that they play some other sieve on the schedule, but I don't really want to take them against the other NFC North teams.
No, I get it.
Give me Denver.
That's a good pick too.
If we had to, we'll talk about this more on the Best Bet show because with Rob, Cam, and I have been doing. But Denver's like the clear pick here, right? Because I don't think people will use Buffalo.
Buffalo's the clear pick.
I think people are saving Buffalo.
Sure. So
Yeah.
Denver then.
Denver is maybe the Lions.
Yeah, I can see the Lions.
That'd be it. People will talk themselves into the Chargers, but I don't think you shake a road team yet.
There's
that
like
early.
a Twitter account that's pretty accurate with like projections for the big contest.
Is that
and
the-
they had
is
the
that-
they had the Texans way higher than I thought. So there are a
That's
lot
why I
of
took
things,
them.
there's a lot of things out there.
Yeah,
I took them just because it's the perfect spot to take them, and I don't envision wanting to take them very often.
I would tend to agree that, I mean, I'm just not probably going to use the Texans in Survivor this year.
Fair enough. It's week 4, so now is the time I start thinking a little bit more strategically.
Are they being projected as the highest owned in Survivor?
No,
Geoff?
they were second to, I believe, Buffalo.
Like if Houston ends up becoming the overwhelming like consensus at Survivor, they're going to lose.
Yeah, probably, but I'll go down with the ship.
Yeah,
Recap
second
your
to Buffalo.
recap your money line parlay. 'Cause I got the odds for it.
Chargers, Lions, Texans, Packers, Steelers.
And the Steelers are an underdog in that game in Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have a very nice email from Tim in Halifax, Nova Scotia. He says he's watching this game and he can't believe himself. He's right beside himself because the Steelers are down by 4 scores here early in the second quarter. It's not going well for him. Maybe they can turn it around in the second half. Thank you for tuning in to NFL Europe Radio here from Dublin, Ireland. It's my favorite thing all year. Everyone should just have open radio at all
It makes
times.
me very happy.
It's soothing. Fall
It
asleep
is.
to it. I should listen to a replay. Fall asleep.
Plus 514
All right.
are the odds on this one. So if you win this one, you're out of the hole for the year.
Hooray.
You are 0-3 so far.
Yep.
With a career record of 31 and 155.
Yeah, not great, but only
And they're getting progressively crazier.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're progressive.
And of your 31 wins, well, like how many are on Thanksgiving?
Oh, the Pilgrim Parlay is almost a never miss. So there's a lot of those.
Well, that will do it on the Pat Mayo Experience. A lot of editing I got to do in this show. Mic problems, news I didn't know, and Tim Andergust.
Tim Andergust.
It's not my name.
Thanks for being here.
Okay, thank you.
Bumper fucking bowling.
Oh, that's so bad.
That's a front runner for worst take.
Oh, stop it.
What
People are
about
going to like this.
You might.
in the Tim was right column, earlier games? Tim is can't say that word, or that word, or that word. It's going to be a problem for you come voting time.
Fine.
This will not go over well.
Maybe Geoff and I are wrong. We're in the minority
You might be.
here.
I think people will be like, you know what? Bumper bowling is fun. I wish there was more.
Yeah, if we have 6-year-olds who have birthday parties coming up in our listening audience.
I would really hope that my 6-year-old is not listening to this show.
I hope not.
It's full of
My
foul
daughter's
language.
Very offside commentary.
My daughter's starting to figure out the internet and the YouTube, and
Oh, no.
I just pray to God she doesn't come across nothing.
Listen, I give you permission to block Mayo Media Network on all of your devices. Just remember to like and subscribe before you do that. Then you can block it. Get those subs. Rate and review the audio podcast as well on Apple and Spotify. You can watch the video on Spotify. You watching a lot of videos on Spotify these days?
No.
I, for one, despite my entire career being built off video podcasting, do not watch video podcasts.
No, I don't either. I prefer to listen. I listen to podcasts when I'm doing other things.
Me too.
So like when I'm driving or at the gym or whatever, I'm not a watching it on TV person.
I do not listen to podcasts at the gym. Wrong vibe. Maybe this show would be good at the gym because there's a lot of yelling and get you real fired up. Maybe that's something you could do. Like if you're looking for like an extra 15% at the gym, it's not steroids you need, as someone may have suggested to in our group chat. Geoff, did you know that if you started taking steroids today, you'd make an extra $100K a year, according to my friend who takes steroids?
I don't get it.
Just because it's so good for you.
Oh, like my productivity. Okay, we crush it. Yeah.
Just you got to take some steroids and easy $100K extra a year for you, according to him. But if you just play on like house music, like Geoff said, I feel like you get more fired up.
At 8:30 in the morning, driving to school.
Listen, I don't listen to a lot of Skrillex, but I do at the gym,
I don't even know what that is.
and it's on full blast,
okay.
and it gets you those extra reps when you need them.
Okay.
The least surprising thing I've ever heard. That Tim doesn't know who fucking Skrillex
I
is.
don't know what that is.
Jesus Christ.
What about Tim not listening to like get fired up gym music and listening to like NPR
Audio.
and the Tony Kornheiser podcast?
Well, like Tim
This
listens
week,
to today's.
we having a conversation.
Tim's
with a
radio is
local
probably
conservationist.
like the station that's like today's hits, yesterday's oldies.
No, I don't listen.
No, Tim put that out of business, remember?
Ha 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 ha.
Tim gets to the gym. He goes for max rep. He's got 3 plates on each side. He's under there. And the first thing he hears is, now here's an email coming in from Geoff Fienberg, wishing Tim a very good luck on lifting up this personal best here on the bench press.
Why not?
Look at him now, not moving a budge. It's just too bad.
Just bench the bar. Don't worry about anything else. Just bench the bar.
I gotta walk my dog before it pours.
Oh, walking his dog. He'll take you for a walk if you sub to Mayo Media Network. Not quite sure what that means, but hey, sub and find out, all right? I'm Pat Mayo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Mayo experience! Experience!